Hello, everybody, and welcome to the ESL Challenger League Season 47 here. We're in Europe. I'm Darth Mike. I'm not actually in Europe. And this is Alan. He's debatably in Europe, depending on how you feel
Mike,
about Brexit.
I'm a Cypriot citizen now, so
there you
I'm
go.
officially European again.
Yeah, but if I was a citizen, I'd still not be in Europe right now. So, you know, whether you're
I might
in
be
Europe
in Cyprus right now. How would you know?
I recognize the shade of white wall behind you. I'm expert. That's what they say. That's how the analysis comes through. Oh, we got a game for you today. We got a good game for you today. It's a firepower game, I would say. We've got Aurora taking on PARIVISION here, Alan.
Yeah, I mean, obviously a lot of fun storylines here. You've got now the Forza, so many Forza players playing Jerry. And, you know, PARIVISION's made some changes. We're hearing today there might be another one in the mix. We're not quite sure where that's going to land. We'll get into that a little bit later on. But yeah, there's a lot of fun storylines between these teams. And I do think, actually, when they first announced the PARIVISION project, you looked at the team and you're like, I'm not sure this is a great combination of players, but actually, they've made some good upgrades. And I actually like the way this team is heading with their lineup. So I'm more excited now than I have been at any other time for PARIVISION.
Yeah, it was definitely a little bit of a misfit pieces type of thing when it was originally brought through, but it seems like bit by bit they've been molding it in their image. We've got a bracket to look at for you folks. This season is, shall we say, complicated, but this is the bracket you need to focus on to qualify where players are going to go into the upper bracket, which round of said upper bracket, and whether they go in the lower bracket. And as suffice it to say, Aurora and PARIVISION have already lost once here apiece. So if they win this match, they move on to upper bracket round one. And if they lose this match, they go to the lower bracket round one, where elimination will be on the line.
It's a little bit convoluted, but I'd say to anybody watching, the way to think about it is it's kind of an extension of playoffs, what we have here with these brackets. You just want to escape without losing best of threes, because then you get into lower brackets and it's just so many games. So win these, stay in the upper bracket, you got a much better chance.
Yes, that's basically what it comes down to. So yeah, winner here will be very happy. Loser, not so much. But we can focus in on the match that we do have in front of us, because yeah, we've just heard that a change has apparently come through for PARIVISION. They're going to be playing with Nuke, who comes in fresh from the Spirit Academy's odd, replacing X5 as far as we're aware, which is going to be interesting to see, right? Because this is a team that's already got one player who was on that Spirit Academy roster, not alongside Nuke, but in Artfrost, and now you've got another young gun joining up.
Yeah, did they play with each other? I don't remember.
I don't think so, no. It was Baz and somebody else.
Is it Belchonic? Who am I going mad? Was whatever. Anyway, yeah, say it's I forget the name of the player now. X5. X5 is the player that comes out for PARIVISION. He's not been in great form the last few months. We don't have any other information. My gut is that this is probably either a trial or looking towards a player change. I don't think it's a stand-in situation, but take that with a grain of salt. We're not sure. It could just be a straight-up stand-in. We just don't have that information at our disposal. But on paper, taking out one of your poorer performing players, bringing in someone that's got some promise, it does add up. It does add up to good things for PARIVISION. Of course, Kicker in this team, Patsy was incredible when he was playing on that Dexter Spirit team. He was so good. And of course, Artfrost, who in a world where Shiro wasn't available, he would be on Spirit and he would be getting deep in tournaments. So there's a lot to like about this team.
There is indeed.
Current lineup.
And looking back at Nuke, he wasn't actually on that Spirit Academy alongside Donk and Zontix, but he was on the team in brief period in 2022. So he's been in the system for a little while, which has got to be encouraging that they brought him back in. So he did actually play with Artfrost back then, when he must have been 16 years old. So there's some familiarity. Presumably Artfrost has recommended him on over. The question becomes, you know, if you're bringing him in, also not to be your star firepower piece, because that's supposed to be Patsy and Artfrost, presumably, you know, how is he going to play within the structure? How are they going to play around him? That Spirit Academy team hasn't even been together for that long, so they definitely haven't, you know, received the full benefits, I would say, of sort of a year in the academy to grow. So it is kind of interesting to think about. Nuke's been around for a little bit, but he's still so very young that this is very much trying to find the next diamond in the rough.
I think the fun thing about this matchup is on the one side, you've got Aurora that actually lacks for experienced players and experienced leaders. And you have PARIVISION, who has... Jerry, of course, has called a long time at this sort of level and above. You've got Kickert, who did call a little bit on Into the Breach, but more in terms of this team, he's bringing his experience from Virtus Pro and Outsiders, major champion. That's what he brings to this team. But we look at PARIVISION and we say we're not quite sure how the stars are going to play out, whereas Aurora have the opposite problem, where we know Deco, Kenzie, Result, they're going to be bringing firepower. So I think this matchup is really fun in that sense, because they're kind of dueling philosophies.
They are indeed. And I mean, we've seen a lot of Aurora recently. Result has certainly been a great addition for them, giving them a little bit more of a, shall we say, reliable spine about which the other players can structure themselves. But that's not to say he's not a similar vein of player. He has oodles of firepower, and that's what this team is about. Getting in your face, getting aggressive, maybe not playing the most structured Counter-Strike at times, though we have seen them settle down when they need to. It's about the spice, and I'm curious to see how that's going to clash with this iteration of a Jerry team. We're going to take a look at the schedule here so you can see what's going over on the B stream. It's a different game. Sinners versus 3D Max taking place over on that one. Lots of games going in right now as we are in the meat of this middle portion of the Challenger League season. Let's talk about the veto, though, Alan. Let's talk about the maps. Because we do have maps. They're going to be played. Aurora is going to take Overpass. PARIVISION is going to pick into Nuke. And our decider, if we get to it, is going to be Mirage.
Maddest thing about PARIVISION is that they play Vertigo, because for so long, Jerry just refused. There was no chance they were ever going to play Vertigo. So that is quite interesting. It's actually in the map pool. I think Aurora's map pool right now is actually in a really strong place, where if you're PARIVISION, you don't have a great pick here. It's not like, I don't know, you're super comfortable on Anubis, maybe, and you could go in that direction. I'm not sure. They didn't have a great choice. They've gone for the Nuke, which has always been a decent map for Jerry and his teams, and they've been a little bit up and down. But I just feel like there was no winning here, Mike. I think whatever way they went, Aurora was going to get some good maps, and they have. Yeah,
I mean, Aurora's fairly complete on the map pool right now. They're playing everything with the exception of Vertigo. They're playing everything a lot with the exception of Vertigo. They've been playing an exceptional amount of online CS. If you look at their maps on record, they've got something like, quick maths. Whoa, let's say roughly 80 maps in the last 3 months. So they've been playing a lot of officials, which is always a good sign for a team like this to, see what kind of form they're in, especially when they're a team that likes to keep their players sharp and shooting. This is not a team that likes to spend time in the lab, off the server, dry running and all that. This is a team that likes to do trial by combat and learn from that experience. And they've been doing a lot of combat.
It's something to be said for that approach. I mean, it tends to be teams of this region as well. The way Gambit youngsters into Gambit, now the Cloud, well, not really, but somewhat Cloud9, and Virtus
one guy.
Pro Outsiders, The way these teams came up through the scene was just playing so much Counter-Strike. And Spirit as well, when they had the Dexter team, was doing exactly the same. So it does work. And actually, PARIVISION hasn't played that much. On the flip side, PARIVISION has not played that much with this lineup. So that'll be interesting. Aurora's definitely going to be a much more honed blade.
Yeah, they are indeed. We've got our player to watch as well. This is someone from PARIVISION who we're kind of interested to check in on. It's Patsy. Patsy, the one-time star, rising star of Spirit, then sent wayward into Liquid and just kind of drifted off into the ether of where did all that skill go. So curious to see if Jerry's been sharpening that, to see what he's looking like in this PARIVISION project, where presumably he's more relied on to potentially be the star. But we'll find out what that's actually going to look like. We got our predictions here as well, based on recent results. Alan, this may not surprise you, but I have, in fact, gone for Aurora. Much as I love watching Jerry teams, Aurora shoot real hard right now, don't they?
Yeah, especially the result signing is low-key one of the better moves around the scene for a while. That's such a huge steal to get him as Forza seems to be imploding. Result also might have been on the books for some higher-end teams, but it's Aurora that clearly got it. I mean, in a similar vein, I think you have to take Aurora to win this. They have a complete map pool. Result is a great addition for them. They have a structure that I know is going to work, but this PARIVISION can give them problems. This PARIVISION team with time, I could see being very competitive with a team like Aurora. I think PARIVISION have the potential to play probably better Counter-Strike, even if maybe they don't have the individuals for it. So, yeah, I will obviously take Aurora to win this, but PARIVISION, if all goes well, can make this an extremely interesting series.
It'll be very interesting to see. I'm also very curious to see how Notaneki looks within this team, knowing that it was a pretty last-minute addition for us. Historically, I would say there's an adjustment period to getting used to a Jerry team. There's a lot going on. There's a lot in the comms, and that might not be something that Notaneki is quite ready for. So it'll be interesting to see. Nuke, to me, is a map that might expose that. It's their own pick. Yeah. So it's kind of a trial by fire, kind of a little bit of a baptism in the deep end of like, all right, kid, let's see how much you picked up so far. Let's see what's going to happen. He's got that. He's got Overpass. It's like one of the two maps where things can get real weird and real pacey and real slow, then fast. Then I mean, geez Louise, they did not do him any favors.
No, sir. But yeah, I mean, there's just so many angles for both of these teams. I just really intrigued to see what this PARIVISION team looks like. Because like they have played a game with Notaneki. They played, I think it was yesterday. Yeah, they played their series yesterday. It didn't go well. Notaneki in particular didn't have a great game, but who knows? They might be on very little practice. But yeah, I mean, there's just so many fun angles. Kicker was a player that when he came off Virtus Pro, it wasn't because he was a bad player. It was just they'd just cycled so many people between Mir and Chiron and Norbert and Kicker. They just finally decided, let's make a move and open up a gap to bring someone else in. That's the way I look at Virtus Pro. I don't think Kicker was a problem. So I think Kicker can add a lot to this team. And obviously, Patsy is, for me, the exciting angle, because I don't think the jury's out on him. I think he can still be an absolutely world-class player.
Yeah, he's still so young. Still so fresh into his career. And I mean, for Kickert as well, he's just always got his casting career to fall back on. If it doesn't work out, doing alongside Moses. But we'll see if he could do in the server.
I think that'll be lost on.
That joke was for me, Alan. It was for me and you, and if anyone gets it in the chat, good for them.
It's also Art Frost as well. He's a bit like Nuke, where, okay, it's fair enough, if a player of Shearer's caliber shows up, I'm sorry, this is a sport. Like, you might have to make way. But Art Frost is young. He's been great in CS2 for an AWPer. He can improve. He can prove everyone wrong.
Certainly can. Batsy, held for. That's nice. Rezal was so ready for that setup. He says, no, I know some Jerry setups. I've played with this guy a little bit. Here's that Art Frost, though. Ooh, overwhelmed. Just didn't know which way to look. Good effort, though. Gives his team a chance. Let's see if they can capitalize. Kicker. Not the sharpest shooting, but it gets there in the end and leaves it into a clutch for Kenzie. One man against the world, salvaging some weaponry, a flashbang off his comrades' bodies. Don't think they were close enough to hear that splash, but they are in the right position for this. There's the check. There's the knowledge. There's the info. There's the shots. Nicely done. Great recovery from PARIVISION.
And we called him out. Arfrost. Way to announce himself after what should have been a disastrous start, losing to an connector. That kind of is game over because the map is bisected, but some fine shooting. Even deny a bomb plant too, which is going to cause Aurora some problems. And yeah, let's get into this one. Aurora, they do like a buy. Most teams would eco second round here without a bomb plant, but they're going to go all in. And I need to see why, because I really do think the majority of teams would have stayed for AKs.
This is not the majority of teams.
No.
This is Aurora. And this is why. Patsy's dead already. SMG picked up. That's not a big difference maker, but it's the danger of these pistols. Patsy poking his nose where it did not belong. Got a nose full of lead. Doesn't smell very good at all.
They got the right read.
Jerry's so
3A
isolated.
lean. And I don't think Jerry's got any noise cues, so it's a cool gamble. Good catch.
Nice.
Good catch. Long secured. And comes to his teammates. Jerry goes down, but he's done his job.
Absolutely. It's going to force them down. They don't want to walk into a fully alarmed bomb site. Actually, the bomb's rotating through Fountain? This is going to cost them a lot of time. This is going to cost them a lot of time. And Arfrost is coming looking. Arfrost has his finger on the pulse of this round. They're full rotating back through con. He may not expect Deco here. Because why would you expect Deco here? Maybe that's why. Deco now gets himself an upgrade. He's going back up top. He's going to throw a fake. As that comes over, does it pull Not Necky? There's no real reason to shift right now, but Not Necky still can't really pick right. They might expect the site to be vacated. Oh, no. Oh, no. You feel for the young gun there. If he gets the kill a little quicker, he snaps over to the planter and boom. Suddenly the round's in his lap, but it's not to be. A saved gun for Kicker, the best they can hope for now. Aurora pull off the force buy.
It's very active CT side so far. This time kind of to their detriment. I just want to give a shout out to the way Deco played after getting the kill. Is he sees, you know, he sat in connector, he sees the player come down, trying to flank B, and he recognizes that, oh god, PARIVISION could be stacking B here. They've had a player flank the whole way. He's calling to his teammates. I can't see anybody. A. That's why he runs up A. Is to remove that illusion that A is not a threat. So, not saying it actually made a huge difference to how PARIVISION were positioned, but he prevented it being a disaster. So good awareness. And who was I to question an Aurora force buy? They make it work.
Are you ready for the Not Necky 5.7 4K? It's going to be tough because he's the base of a boost right now.
Yeah.
So. Well, this is going to make it easier because his teammates are going to die. I will disassemble the boost. That was just utter chaos. I think they might have been trusting that Arfrost had been holding that a little more diligently than perhaps he had. Full blindside up con. A bit of desperation as the scout gets run down. Nice nade.
Norby DC'd with the bomb. No, okay.
No,
he was stood still for so long.
He thought someone was going to lurk out. Found late.
Well, PARIVISION's got the stack right. There's just so much util here for Aurora that I'm not sure it's going to matter. Oh, they're actually moving around. You got it right, lad. Stick around.
Commit to the bit. Ooh. Footsteps from Kicker. Timing. I can't finish their kills. Kicker gets it eventually. No more. He was totally overwhelmed. We will not be getting the Not Necky 4K. And Arfrost would really like this scout to live.
Kind of fighting piecemeal there, weren't they? One at a time. I guess the util made it tricky. And I don't think Arfrost is going to save this.
I mean, even purely on bomb radius, he was running out of opportunity. Aurora in the lead.
This is
money.
Perfect for them.
Yeah,
So
it doesn't get much better. It
just does incredible things to your economy when you win the reset and you keep players alive. You're just facing such weak investments. And this is going to be an almost full eco. You can't ask for more than this if you're Aurora.
But are you prepared for the Kicker P250 1K? Because that's about the best I can expect out of this. Well, cheeky nade stack. There are players here. They are stacked up. And it does not matter.
I guess the HEs clipped the stairs. I can't believe they didn't do more damage. That'd be CS sometimes.
CS2 HEs are better than Go HEs, but they still do some funny things. There are fewer blue nades, but there are still plenty of blue nades. It is interesting, though. I find myself just complaining about them a lot less. It's more like the molly bounces that get really weird sometimes now. As far as what air bursts or what doesn't, or what goes where you expect it to or not.
Just want consistency. That's all we want.
All you need. I mean, it is the stack site. I just don't think it's going to matter. Molotov, shot called, dead man. One falls, second falls, third goes the same way. Clean. As you like.
It's also, if Aurora know it's a full eco and the site is stacked, do you think they're going to the site with nobody or to find the kills? Because I can assure you, they want to poke and prod. They enjoy having some fun. Right. Well, guns are out. Again, this is the problem of buying on the rounds like they have. 4 players out head armor. And we've got an M4 and a Galil on the other side. We've got no kits. And we're lacking in the molly department. So an aggressive take, probably not an option. Free A start. Jerry's come over to help out, lend a hand. And also we've got a double long setup. So PARIVISION really want to fight before A control is established by Aurora. That's not where those nades are going to go.
No. No. It has been one of our critiques of Aurora. This is a team that likes broad strokes and maybe misses some of the finer details at times. We see it consistently in pretty much every map of play. There's at least one set utility strat where the utility just doesn't go where it needs to. For example, that nade was a little off on the smoke pop. Flashbang's good though, kills better. But because the nade pop wasn't ideal, it sets up the trade. Russell has some space short. Kicker is isolated. A lot of trouble, and down he goes, and that could just be the round. The rotating player Graffiti, they killed the lurker and Kenzie. Okay, numbers on now. That one kill tilts the scales in a big way. Patsy dueling around the pill there, trying to find his sight lines. Oh, but Deca's there to support. And now the bomb will be planted. And Jerry and Artfrost, with Artfrost glass cannon, have decisions to make.
They're praying for an overzealous player, but it's not going to come. It's not going to come. They'll have to save. And yeah. Aurora get a lot of control. Might have missed some nades, but the flashbang critically for the first kill out monster was perfect. So kind of cascades from there. And PARIVISION just cannot get their teeth into this map so far beyond the pistol. Really struggling. Their money in the next is not going to be great either. I mean, they could drop A1Ss, but Artfrost again without armor. I think you just have to half buy and accept that Aurora are going to get 5. Today will be another test of whether Deco is back in my field division, back on my on my hit list.
Another chance to win your love.
Yes.
Got to shine slightly tarnished, but you just can't quit him.
No sir. We had a rough patch.
You and Jake Gyllenhaal. Woo! Pogo stick! Oh, what a shot from Lucky. Bet he's good at carnival games. I don't mind the cheeky play, trying to boost up. A little bit awkward there. And now things are starting to fall apart.
And Jerry just goes down. They just can't get a good duel at the moment.
No.
So how many times have you seen PARIVISION be in a crossfire and take a fight? It's always one. It's always alone. Every time. Now, this round is a half buy. You expect players to get a bit more frisky and look for duels, but this is the trend. If you add in the gun rounds.
Yeah, it's been consistent so far. This is going to be critical from Notneki because if he doesn't come to support, well, Kenzie's going to have his Alper blindsided. Might have it regardless. On this smoke fade, Artfrost's a dead man. No getting away from it. It's over.
Wow.
Nicely played from Kenzie. He was a fisherman. He set his line. He baited the hook. Hook, line, sinker. There goes the round. It is, though, you're seeing very individual moves, especially outside bathrooms. Like, they're always trying to catch a flank, but Aurora is always watching because it's what Aurora would do. So there's a lot of familiarity with what PARIVISION wanna try, the individual lurks, and those kind of lurks do not work if they're predictable. So gotta change up something here if you're PARIVISION. I mean, maybe even just it's not the way I like to see Overpass, but the proactivity is really not working here, is it, Alan?
Well, check out Patsy's stat line. He's the player better positioned than anybody to get aggressive as the A rifler, and so far clearly not so much done. That nade, I think the idea was to burst the smoke, but it didn't. That's a disaster. Kick it also presumably spammed down. Another round where it's just over.
Dead on arrival.
20 seconds in.
Dead on arrival. This is Aurora's map pick. Maybe we'll give PARIVISION a little grace, but geez Louise, these rounds are looking putrid. You're going aggressive, but you're not fully committing aggressive. The pieces that you go aggressive with are consistently losing the first foray. And then Aurora just pump the brakes. Wait for the inevitable response to come in because you cannot live with being in a 5v3. Well, you can if that happens. Norvi had all of A in his grasp. Somehow doesn't call the team over. Instead, they do want to commit in towards B. This is going to be read by PARIVISION. They'll have the numbers here. There's a chance. And okay, the late rotate up. The late rotate up will catch. Time's going to be critical, though. Kenzie's just trying to make noise, but he's been cleaned up. So they're rocking in towards A, but it's even numbers all of a sudden, Alan. This is a viable round, and if they can catch the bomb in rotation, it's big trouble on. This plan has to work. Jerry knows it, so he tries to swing to deny, but that's being watched, and now there's no utility. There's no kits. There's no way to get back onto this site. As much as Aurora have given them a window of opportunity, that window is slim. They're not going to try and press it.
Jerry did have a kit, but it's still too much. Still too much. I mean, some nice replies from PARIVISION. Just Aurora, they might have been losing some players, but they were always a step ahead. They were, you know, they pressure B a bit there at the end. They feel too much resistance. They say, okay, let's leave the one player in Kenzie. Everyone else go up towards A. And even though Kenzie dies, he comes over that information, and it's so, yeah, this is a pretty perfect start. The money is also completely out of control. All players into 5 figures for Aurora. This is the dictionary definition of a disaster start. PARIVISION win pistol, reset, and it's just been a slaughterhouse since then. What are we on here? 4, 5, 9, 10, 13 kills in 7 rounds. So we're averaging under 2 kills a round on average.
That's, look, now I'm no statistician, but that's bad.
Yeah, say that again. Patsy and Artfrost need to. Maybe they should just start playing passive. I mean, at least if it goes,
yeah,
to, you know, a 5-on-5 execute and you're in a crossfire, an individual might be able to win it, or, you know, a good counter nade might win you the round. If we just keep being in 4v5s, 3v5s, it's just completely unsustainable.
It genuinely does feel like a moment where the A player should just be leashed in towards the site. You can see it even here. They're a little bit more passive. Overpass is taking an angle, but it's a shot and drop angle. Patsy's playing just from the sign. So they've been reined in. Jerry agrees with you. Time to stop losing casualties on the adventure. Stay close to home.
There's definitely an aspect of Counter-Strike where you have all these, you know, plans and how you like to play in your scrims. And, you know, I'm sure with a player like Patsy, they love to play aggressive. That is Patsy through and through. But at some point in the match, you have to be pragmatic and just say, this has been a disaster. We just can't function like this, and I'm not surprised this change has come in. Now, what they do seed is information. Very passive on both the sides. Aurora also doing a good job of not giving up a lot of cues here, so PARIVISION are really flying blind. Jerry comes off A, and I question how much longer till somebody feels like we have to get some information.
And Aurora is taking the space towards A. untested, unchecked. They're saying, okay, they're falling further back. We'll gobble up this real estate. The one thing that has been an Achilles heel for Aurora sometimes is the clock. So they don't want to let this get too late. 25 seconds they're moving in, but that's an opener. Now it's worth it. You're in a 5v4. You've got Arfrost. Oh, no, Arfrost. Oh, no. Committed on the angle with no long awareness. He'll be traded at least. That was blind fire from Jerry. 13 seconds. If Jerry can drop this bomb, that could be something, but he's taken out by the spam. The smoke goes in. The bomb will go down, and the retakes piecemeal. One by one. They falter. They fall. Not Neki. I mean, look, spare some thoughts for the new guy. It's not, none of this has been his fault necessarily. He's just never really had an opportunity to actually get into a round.
Wow, that was quite incredible. PARIVISION make a very obvious adjustment, and they're just not, you know, they just had no info. You could just see, Artfrost had no idea a player could be that far up long. Wow, this is a slamming. It's not a match at the moment. This is different divisions.
This is one of the most one-sided games I've watched probably this year. It's been 7 rounds in a row for Aurora, but it's not just that fact. It's not just the fact that they won the force buy in every subsequent. It's the manner of it. It's the fact that PARIVISION, for the full 2 minutes of every round, are losing. From the time a minute 55 hits the clock till the end, it feels like they are just slowly losing. It's not a push and pull. It's not a tug of war. It's just like a guy sliding down a slope. Here we go. We're back to this double con setup. Nice nade. They're not making a secret of it. They're tipping their hat. They're saying, this is what we're doing. Stop us. And at least for the moment, Aurora have managed to completely evade them in the smoke. Are they just gonna hit B? Wow, that smoke's still up. This is astonishing. Artfrost gets one, but he's under pressure. He's dropped Lackey. The entries, the third would have been too much. And Jerry, meanwhile, strikes from Con, so leaving that alone would only work if the B thrust was perfect, and it's good, but not perfect. Finally, PARIVISION have something to stand on, some sort of momentum, some sort of energy. They need to see this home. And Patsy Lost, continuing his very tough game, is not ideal. Smoke goes up, Molly as well. This is to allow the bomb plant to come through. Jerry's far too low to chance a Molotov. Aurora are wary that some sort of trap's been laid, though, and Kicker might have just found the time. Jerry thinks it's a fake. He's rerouting Kicker. Oh, no! A chance to put this round away. Now the nade will chase. They need to plant. They're still wary of Jerry. But Kicker may have fumbled their opportunity to put this round away. Now the bomb goes down. The chances are slim for PARIVISION. They've not got the kits. They've got to get a move on. They've not got the health. They've not got the nades. They've not got any remaining advantage into this round. So it has to be the hero play. Kicker has to go try and finish what he started. But as time ticks ever lower, they've still got the op to contend with. And Aurora aren't giving them an inch. Okay, Kicker. He'll take his inches. He'll command his inches. Do they expect the same player from the same angle? Well, now they do. And Kenzie knows he just needs to land one more bullet. Jerry's not on the bomb. This round is lost. All this effort, all this battle, the result is the same.
Just can't catch a break. PARIVISION was so well set up there. They had an AWP posted from B. Artfrost was playing B, so he gets the first kill. Maybe the flash wasn't so good at blinding him up as those players run in. They have 2 players connector, so they've got essentially all 5 players can very quickly react to a short hit. All of them. And they get a man advantage, and they still can't close it. It's... That hurts a lot more than, you know, getting entried early or shot for a smoke. That hurts so much more when you know you made a good call with your early setup. You know you're in a good position. You know you had a man advantage, and still... Aurora, if it's not strategically, then individually they're just going to outplay them in this game so far, is what it seems. It's just brutal. And we don't want to point fingers, but Man, does Patsy need to have some impact, or this A-bomb site is not going to function.
I mean, yeah. This finger merits pointing. Your site defense hinges around what he can find, and he has found nothing this entire map. And that will continue. Frost at least gets something going with the AWP. Bit of a desperation play to have it out. But this team, this defense, this setup cannot live with Patsy 0-10. Team Dink.
I mean, it's good damage, I guess, but it's just irrelevant. It doesn't matter as long as Aurora close the round. It looks like they will. They got so much money. Of course, going to be buying to the end of this half. Frost kind of does need to save. I mean, Kicker somehow Kicker overbuy coming into this. How's Kicker not got money?
He dropped the AWP.
Well, they really needed Frost to be more passive then, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. I'll have the AWP again. Kicker will be down to the farmers.
Where
I mean,
it just doesn't.
The thing as well is he doesn't feel like. Yes, obviously you would like to have every tool at your disposal, but it doesn't really feel like that's the problem, does it? It's not a situation. This is a classic situation where you just can never get the CT economy healthy, yada yada yada. It's not that. They're just getting blown out of the water of every round, aren't they?
It's also the way we're like buying here is we're investing so much on the half buys that we don't even have full nades.
Yeah.
Come the guns. It's looking
Patsy
real flat. Look at the confidence now in some of these Aurora players. They can't really blame them. They haven't checked all map. 2 fast entries. Just need to scoop the bomb and wow, this is
it doesn't
decimation.
It just doesn't. The macro isn't working, but the micro isn't either. Players are regularly not finishing off sprays. We're seeing whiffs. We're seeing misses. We're seeing players walk through smoke with their back to players. This is brutal. This is a really tough map to watch. Credits onto Aurora. Let's flip the script here, because Aurora is playing brilliantly. They're shooting well. They're not getting overzealous. Even by their standards, gotta say, Alan, the team we saw like at the end of 2023 versus the team we're seeing now, that team would have been holding W at the beginning of every round. They're aggressive, but they're also, after they get the early advantages, sitting, waiting for the response to come in. They're not just forcing every possible fight. There's at least some restraint here, and it does feel like this is a team that is growing and maturing.
Yeah. And add on to that, Deco's back, and you've just added a result. So, if we're going to clean up our act in terms of the fundamentals, and we're going to, you know, Deco and Result might pan out to be the 2 best players now for this team. And that, you know, Result wasn't here, and Deco was in a bad state of form towards the end of last year for his high standards. So, the team is very well poised. For me, they're probably still the favourites to win Challenger League this season. But they did lose yesterday, so some work to be done. They've done great. You can only beat the team in front of you, and, well, we're not going to pretend PARIVISION are mounting the highest caliber of resistance, but Aurora are doing so much to make PARIVISION uncomfortable in the first place.
Nope. P90, that shows you what they think of this game so far. This is where maybe a little bit of the looser playstyle's coming out. Just don't think it's going to cost them. Jerry's stuck. Molotov going to finish him. Ooh, it actually takes a little bit of an awkward balance. So Jerry has a position to fight from. Problem is, he just has an MP9. But he's burned out Lackey. Hang on. A second round here. Might not change the course of this map, but it would sure make them feel better about it. They're trying to bait him in. They're trying to bait him into the monster app. This is the nades that are being thrown by Kenzie, is really just to bait them into Deco. But now the bomb's down. I've got a position to defend from. Deco's deep in towards the monster. They know exactly where these two are entering. Kenzie just waits for an audio cue. Oh, there's the spot. Shot through the fence. When it comes down to the clutch, Frost, he finally delivers. It's been the one piece hitting consistently this map. And he will get a second round on the board. We'll be back after this quick break. This could be a brief half. Artfrost desperately clawing his team to a second round. But that's it's not how you hope an Overpass CT defense goes.
Remember that he also won them pistol.
Yeah.
He got the 2 kills to bring him back into it, so
Yeah.
it is absolutely not an exaggeration to say that Artfrost prevented 12-0.
Feels that way.
Oh my.
Feels that way. On the other side of the coin, Patsy, where has he gone?
Patsy probably needs to be the best player on this team for it to function as intended. So this is, you know, obviously we don't expect this trend to continue, but it doesn't set a great precedent.
Turns out it's tough to drive a race car if you've got flat tire. And I mean, again, like I want to... Notaneki has been newly added into this roster. He's an 18-year-old drawn up from the Spirit Academy team. You can't even really evaluate him in this. He's never had a chance. He was a B player, and they lost the fights on A so very consistently that PARIVISION played from behind in every round. Well, this is a quintessential must-win pistol. Each tunnel's being watched by dualies right now. Good flashbang. Nice shot. Here we go. Here's the combo. Result's going to get active. Could get caught by the con player. And he will indeed. 1 for 1 there. So pressure on. Advantage for PARIVISION. Something we've not been able to say much this map. But they have to see it through. They have to see it through. Bomb will go down. No. Bomb's leaving. Bomb's leaving. Okay. It's being tossed out in the open. A little fortunate, perhaps, that they don't get punished for that. Oh, with the bomb now ticking away. Advantage on. Kickert's gotta win that. He doesn't. We're back into troubling territory. Comes down to Kenzie in the clutch. Back at the pillar. Notaneki dancing. Knowing that he just needs to buy time. There's no kit down. So seconds off the clock are everything. Kenzie's not making a secret of his movements. Notaneki checks, and now he's just running out of time. Running out of clock. Knows he has to force the issue. Nicely played from the new guy. They get the round.
Yeah, I guess it's better. Patsy's on the board. And the flash was good for Monster. And in that 2-on-1 at the end, they played off each other's contact well. So just nice to see some life in PARIVISION. At least they ensure a little bit of a longer game. Force buy in response. Of course, it didn't go well. Believe it or not, for anyone that's just joined us, PARIVISION have won both pistols on this map. Didn't go well last time, second round. And clearly, if they want to make this competitive, let alone win the map, find overtime, they've got to be cleaner this time. Cannot slip up again.
Kenzie. Third. Ooh, dinked. Maybe a little overzealous in the repeak. Patsy has now started this half a lot better than he ended the first. And it's looking good for PARIVISION early on. Danger's not gone just yet, though. Sure, he will be all too familiar with Result's ability to turn these kind of rounds on their head. Result inching forward. Oh no, that's the bomb. That's the bomb. That's the spot. That's the kills. Result taking command here. 5-7 in hand, isolating the fight, isolating his angles, and he might just do this all himself. Meanwhile, a flank's developing, but Result doesn't wait for it. He seizes the opportunity. He seizes the round. He grabs control, and it's disaster now on 25 seconds for Kickert. And on the other side, Result's coming towards his ace. Oh, maybe overzealous, but the nade will secure it. They've done it again. They've won the force. They've upset the apple cart of PARIVISION, and this time it was one man who brought this great result.
It's like a car crash. I just can't watch it. I know I shouldn't be watching it, but I can't look away.
Yeah.
It is savagery. And Result. This kid is, said it at the off, he is He is no joke. He's such a good signing for this team. And he just produces rounds like that sometimes. He's always meant to be the more reserved round-to-round play. You know, gets his 2 kills defending a site. But he can still be a monster. And now Aurora are in a phenomenal position. Deco does get traded, so the perfect start here. Galil handed over, but with 11 rounds. And you're on the rifles. Doesn't get any better than this.
No. Kenzie might get punished here. It's all about timing. But it's Patsy on the other side, so not so much fear. Still both players walk away. And Kenzie comes right back into it. There's no world where Kickit would have expected it. He thought the smoke drop was to bail out, and instead, it just sets up another fight. This guy's a madman. He's an absolute madman.
And soon to be a dead man, surely.
Surely. Unless they think he slipped towards sight. Or wrapped. No, he's being pinched. They should know. They have to know, right? They have to know. And indeed they do.
He's spent a lot of time. There's only 30 seconds. This is going to be terribly flustered.
He spotted the bomb, I think, as well, towards long, which is why the second player rotates up. Now they're getting active outside of con. Options are going to be limited here. They have to go. There's no more stall out utility, though. So that at least works in their favor. They're trying to run a full execute. Just guessing with the nades, but the bomb's now dropped. The bomb's now dropped. They're out of time. They're out of chances. And map point will hit the board.
It's just absolute dominance and confidence, and every player on Aurora feels like they're going to win every duel they peek into, don't they?
Yeah. Genuinely, you're seeing no fear. You're seeing no fear into these duels. You're seeing re-peaks, you're seeing re-swings, re-clears, and I can't blame them. They're winning. Yeah.
I mean, in a close game, Kenzie might have been punished for that, and we might be sat here saying, oh, it's too much, but Aurora can do no wrong. Tremendous lead. Tremendous play so far. Deco's been a monster. Result has been great. Deco, though, again, does get traded early, so he's giving up a little bit here. Very awkward exchanges, so Aurora can stay calm, and it should be a done deal.
I don't think they're listening to you, though. It's a bit madcap. As much credit as I was giving them earlier for maybe being a bit of a calmer team, that seems to be falling by the wayside. Not a Neki, though. Overextends himself. It's a bit of a clown car setup in Connector. Just more and more players, and that will be the map. It's hard to see a path back into that for Aurora. Or, sorry, for PARIVISION. As Aurora saw only path to victory, only domination. That is one of the most one-sided games you will see this season of Challenger League.
This year.
This year.
That was, wow. Where do we even start with that? PARIVISION.
I think
the first thing you can point out is these second rounds, man. They can't keep losing them. It's just untenable. But beyond that, maybe they're a team that's in the midst of roster moves. I mean, it doesn't look right. They were never in that game.
I think, me personally, I want to just take all my thoughts about PARIVISION and throw them out the window because there's nothing nice to say. Oh God, it's Patsy was our player to watch, wasn't he? Oh, can we just? Oh no, I've just gotten the cons on my. Oh, take it away, take it away. I don't want to look at it. I don't want to cover your screens, folks. Cover your screens. This is bullying right now. I promise we picked him before the match started. This was not after the match had started. I promise we didn't intentionally do this. But let's say nice things about Aurora. Let's say nice things about Aurora because I can't keep thinking about what we watch from PARIVISION. Aurora look sharp. Aurora look much more patient than we're used to seeing them. Apart from one P90 bot, we didn't really see any trolling, and even that was entirely justifiable because they were hitting a monster rush. Like, Aurora look like a team that is maturing. They are leveling up. They're leveling up their consistency, which has always been our biggest watchword with this team, right? At their peaks, they're incredible, but we've always seen these sort of waverings, these flaggings, these needing to wake up rounds, these maps where it's just like, okay, by the end, they look like a different team than how they started, or vice versa. We're seeing so much more
consistency out of them recently, and that's the kind of team that now has the firepower. If they get the consistency, this is a team that can push for top 20, for top 15.
And Result was the perfect player to add more consistency. He plays a lot of anchor spots, and he was a big upgrade over Seltzer as well, but he just gives a consistent performance. And I feel like the floor for this team should be raising. Now, we did cast them in the Jönköping qualifier. It's still a bit of a work in progress, but they absolutely have the pieces to be a consistent top 25, maybe top 20 team.
They do indeed.
No doubt.
We'll see if they can lock this one down. We're going to be headed to Nuke next when we come back from this break.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back here to the match between Aurora and PARIVISION. We've got, well, a bit of a smackdown on map number 1. Overpass was a slaughter, to be quite frank. Aurora took no prisoners. But the good news for PARIVISION is we're on to their map pick. It's going to be Nuke. Alan, the bad news is they'll be starting on the T side. What do we think? Do we think that we could see something different here? Do we think we could see a recovery?
I mean, Aurora got battered yesterday on Nuke and this morning. So, gonna look at that. Maybe there's an angle. They're just quite good. They're quite a good Nuke team. They're well poised to be good at it. They've played it well in the past. I don't know. I just can't ignore the car crash that was map 1. We just need to see a complete role reverse, and we see a completely different team. If you're Jerry or whoever between those maps, maybe kick it as well. You need to say that just didn't happen. Like, that was that bad that we just can't even acknowledge what just happened on Overpass. We need to start this series again because they have to just look like a different team.
It honestly does feel that way. And it has to start with Patsy, right? I mean, look, he's still a young player in some ways, but he's also one of the more experienced in this roster. So it has to start with Patsy. He has to deliver because he didn't get a kill in the first half, and their CT side setup was predicated on him having success. It did not work. The rest of it couldn't function. So that kind of a breakdown really just shuttered any chance they had at mounting a defense there. And he started to get a couple kills there in the final rounds, but I think we need to see a wholly new Patsy if we're going to get a competitive game here.
I assume he'll be the outside player. I don't know who else it would be on this lineup. So if he is the outside player on Nuke, it's kind of it's a very similar spot where he's positioned to get information and make plays, and equally there's scope to get killed or leave space open or miscommunicate. It's a very similar spot to Overpass. So I don't know where he is playing. That would be my assumption. If he is in those spots, he's got to play a totally different brand of Counter-Strike, or this will be a 2-0.
It will indeed. Yeah, we could actually see Jerry outside. I'm trying to think about that. I think he used to play there. We'll see. We'll see. We're not as familiar with the spots on this team, so be interesting to see. On the other side, we have no concerns about Aurora right now. They look damn good. We didn't have to see a sustained attack from them, so... Or rather, no, we certainly did. We saw a very sustained attack. We didn't have to see a sustained defense, rather. So maybe there will be some margin for error there, but it's not really something we're expecting. We've seen a big enough sample size recently that I think you and I are both on the same boat. This is going to be Aurora all the way.
Should be. I mean, PARIVISION, irrespective of how first map went, they need in this series to win the 50-50 rounds. They need to win and convert pistols, and clearly that didn't happen much on Overpass, so... Yeah, we need a bit of a change, but, you know, with Aurora, we can still have some fun here. I mean, see how good shape they're in, see how results getting integrated, see how the map pool is playing out on more of the fringes. So, yeah, I mean, I'm still excited to see how if Aurora can maintain that level of form, because it was pretty unreal for map 1.
And if you're a PARIVISION fan, there's always just the chance that that was an outlier. That, you know, things... Sometimes you get the momentum, you get in your head, every duel isn't working, especially if you're an aggressive player like Patsy. You know, you're losing the 50-50 exchanges. Every time you think you have a timing, you're getting checked, and you just get completely up in your feelings. And, you know, standing up, taking a walk, stretching, whatever you need to do, punching a hole in the wall. You know, reasonable, healthy stress relief measures might just be all you need to get back into things. Don't punch a hole in your wall, folks.
Yeah, you just reminded me of the good old days when I was coaching at the moment.
Do you have a player who did that?
Punch a wall. No, it's certainly there's the desk slamming whilst live.
That's a classic.
But punching the wall, no. Yeah, I don't think I've ever coached anybody quite that aggressive, but
that's good.
You hear about it.
The classic moves is if you have like a particle board, like a cheap desk, and you desk pound so hard you actually leave a dent, which then makes your mouse offset because it's under your mouse pad, of course. That's really the self-inflicted wound, quite literally. I have actually seen players do that before. Or rather, we didn't realize it until the next team swapped into their spots and was like, can we get a new table? There's a dent in this one. That I've seen happen at local lands before. But here we hop into Nuke. We'll see if there's going to be any desk pounds coming through, or if PARIVISION can maybe frustrate their opponents a little bit this time around. They will start on the attack.
I just want to see some Counter-Strike. I just feel like that map 1 was just... That was Aurora playing against a punch bag.
I want
to see some resistance.
And a funny fact about map 1,
PARIVISION did win both pistols. It was just, you know, 2 of the 3 rounds they did win. Oh, here we go. Kenzie under pressure. He somehow managed to elude them, but now they realize he's giving them the slip. So he's got information, and he somehow stayed alive. They're past him. Okay, they will eventually deal with it. It's just you can't just sort of leave him in the back lines to cause problems later on. So the response is a lobby maneuver from Aurora, but the bomb's made its way down lower. So even with all this outside control, it is going to be lower. That's the big risk. And Kickert, hell of a shot, takes out Result, one of the big bads of these pistol rounds. Clean up bomb. Deco has seen nothing. He has no idea the bomb's here.
Yeah, he's picked the
So
wrong
he's gonna
time
leave.
to give up lower. But actually, A has just been secured by PARIVISION, so the bomb has been called up. Norvi gets another kill. Okay, and PARIVISION have to reroute. This has been a bit of a roller coaster so far, but bomb should go down lower, and Patsy's up in towards Mustang. This round is all over the place.
Assassination from Lackey. This one's very much still on. Patsy's trying to chase this down. They know he's here. They've not got the kit either, which does make this a little tough. You just have to get the kills. Body shots not enough. Woo! Is he just gonna stick it? What does Patsy get? Sus. He's just gonna stick it. Oh, that won't happen. Patsy patrols this one. Already starting so much stronger than he ended Overpass. PARIVISION again. Get a pistol.
I guess we'll take it. I guess we'll take it. I've got a whole lot else to shout about. And pistol rounds now equate for 3/4 of PARIVISION's round in this series. That is pretty unbelievable. I mean, it's as simple as this, isn't it? They can't lose this round. They can't lose again.
No.
Don't go
Unless
near
they
a
can.
goal. Stay away from ramp. Play the range game.
That's interesting that Norvi's popped the vent himself.
Very slow from PARIVISION. Actually, they've only got 2 smokes. We do know that you can cross with 2, but not leaving a lot of scope for mistakes here. Oh, there was another on the ground. Okay. Smoke's laid in. Kenzie gets a good spot. See some players. What does Aurora choose to do? The inclination is to stack on these sort of rounds. For now, I think they're going to commit to staying up on A. This is so slow from PARIVISION. They are damn
seconds.
lucky. They are damn lucky they're not meeting a play over smoke down here.
Here's 2 now. 25 seconds. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Better go back up. They're not going to do it. The XM's on the angle. 15 seconds. 12. Oh, but they've got the vent. They've got the vent. They're going back up. They've not got the numbers now. Oh, no. Not Neki. Movement on test. Woo! Second to spare. 2, maybe.
3
They're
rifles.
gonna get this bomb down.
3 rifles for Aurora.
I mean, it's still a disaster. It's just maybe, you know, the one wheel's gone off the road and now
What?
they're back on it. Deco just killed Lackey. What? We'll analyze that one in just a second. They don't have kits either, so time is low. There, they know where the last player is. Bomb's planted open. This has to be a kill for Kenzie. His teammate cannot come off the bomb, and he's had to do so. So the round's just been won from not Neki. I mean,
lost by Deco.
Deco, what did you do?
That is, Aurora should never, ever have lost that round. I can't believe it.
What on earth did we just witness? We weren't on board with Deco.
There was nobody near him, right? He must have been a straight up knee-jerk reaction to seeing a player on his screen. Surely.
He just put him down. put him down, Alan. He tanked the round. It would have been another lost force buy for PARIVISION.
They didn't.
It was
They
looking like
did not
definitely
deserve
that.
to win that round. They
No.
played so slow. So slow. Aurora were 5 stacking A when Jerry first got down secret. That was not pretty. That was some ugly Counter-Strike.
The problem is the manner that they lost it makes me think that they could easily lose this one as well. Lackey's just struck first, not Necky's down. He's the guy who bailed him out of that last one. Delivered the Heimlich. Just one Molly thrown, they're backing away. They're holding on to lobby. It's going to slow them right down. It's going to come up the works. PARIVISION. Minute's going to hit the clock here in just a moment. You got Patsy working some control outside. And it looks like they want to go for a squeak play. This could be a vent dive. It could be an upper take.
One flashbang to deal with 3 players holding these choke points.
Jerry dead. Next one swinging. Oh no, the bodies are hitting the floor. This was supposed to be the easy one. And instead now Kenzie's just outmaneuvered Patsy. Time will be everything here, but again, they're just running out of time, and Patsy has no awareness of where these players are. So, no harm, no foul, Deco. You didn't actually sink your team.
Aurora still needs to watch the second round back to work out what went wrong, but in a sense, you're right. This is disaster stations for PARIVISION. And was that the most egregious loss of all of them, given the lack of investment? That is... What? Where are the pauses as well for PARIVISION? Like, they're just... It's like they're just in a boxing fight and just continually taking punches to the jaw and not slowing the pace.
Oh boy. That's a hell of a punch. That's a hell of a first foray against pistols. Deco pushes the edge into smoke, catches a kill, and gets away unpunished. That's so bold. So spicy. I mean, now they're in trouble. Smoke's going to come out here, but there's a molly. Defends them in. Spams. Pretty good. Oh, timing. Yeah, Kenzie can't get away from it. Nicely done from Jerry. And they've got secret. But there's 2 players waiting to meet them. So instead, they'll press this control outside. And towards heaven they go. But Lackey denies. So we got 2 players in garage. A lurk still coming back in a lobby just now. And the lurk dealt with. What do? You're kind of stuck in no man's land here. They run boosting to peak heaven from both sides. Okay. Kind of a neat idea. Not going to tip the scales too much. Patsy's trying to wait to see if someone clears out and he can get a headshot. He's got 30 seconds to wait. He cannot survive this round. And he won't.
I think there's been a spot change, you know, for Aurora. I'm quite confident result was the ramp player. I think he was the ramp player, and now it's Lackey. If I had the energy, I could actually check and confirm this, but...
Could be a situation of, you know, as they're getting more comfortable with the result, they're realizing what a find he is, and they're saying, where do you want to play? You know, if I've got this guy on my team, I'm putting him in the best spot for him to be comfortable, because he delivers. Bombs in this smoke. This is the round. This is the round as this smoke fade, and Kenzie's just outmaneuvered it. Jerry. Oh, very dead. Bomb found. Whatever slim chance they had at this one is gone. Stays clean for Aurora. Starting to feel a little like Overpass, isn't it?
Certainly is. Oh, I can't check his spots. Need to message Skybox. My free subscription is ended. They need to boot me up again. Oh well. What have we got here? Finally, a bit of a buyout from PARIVISION. It's not perfect. It's not full nades. But at least we've got rifles. Nade bursts the smoke, and Patsy shows himself. 2.
Well, that's a whiff. That's a bit of an awkward engagement there from Deco. Hold on. Chance back in, maybe. Ooh, Patsy spots. Resol's low, though. Doesn't want to take the sustained fight. The utility is completely gone here from Aurora as well. They got a molly and 3 flashes left. So they do need some kills. But Kenzie, ready and able to deliver. Traded out. Let's head under threat once more. Result. Key piece here. Timing is everything. So many bodies. Can he get more than one? He gets one. Is he away? Whoa, no. That would have been too much to ask. Appreciate the chutzpah. Well, they're coming back in a lobby. Ooh, they don't know where they want to go. 40
They're
seconds,
so
Alan.
hesitant. We've seen it the whole half. And, of course, Overpass. This is the right decision, though. Being very reserved, using all their nades. I don't mind this.
Jerry's on T roof still. When does he come down?
Don't think
Santa
he
Claus
does.
is up the chimney. Now he makes his move. Oh, but his patience is rewarded. False is just Lackey, who's trying to figure out if he saves or goes for this. It is worth it to go for it. Their money's so filthy good. But time is of the essence.
I feel like he's
still
playing
wary
for
of the Jerry
frags
flank.
over the round here, which is the move.
I think he's into spin. Jerry's closer
he might
than
be trying
is.
to ninja. He might be trying
Oh
to
my
ninja
goodness.
this.
Does he get it? I kind of think he gets it. He's waiting for them to be far enough away that they don't hear the door. Oh, he ran past the bomb. He ran past the bomb. Ran out of time. Wasn't planning for him. He'll get an AK at least. That's something.
Do you PARIVISION know
like
how
the
close he
attempt.
just came? That was, what, 1 second?
Mm-hmm.
Of him going for it and probably sticking it. That is... Wow. Even in the rounds of PARIVISION win, we've seen it this whole series. It is not pretty, is it? Okay. Well, I guess they kept players alive, a couple in that round. And, yeah, it might have been some missed shots, but Patsy did get an entry on Alza, so... I guess in some senses that's what we're gunning for. This is feeling like Overpass this round.
It is, yeah. It is. They've just been blanked in every engagement. Patsy and Jerry. Make that just Jerry. Clinging to hope here. Where's Lackey? We could get a team ace out of this. Jerry wondering how it's all gone wrong. The lobby crunch has just destroyed his team before they even get their legs under them in the round. Well, we got a minute here.
Where's
Where I
their
don't
money
think Jerry's
at?
going to move.
Money's are pretty bad.
Yeah, it's not good.
They're probably on something like 1-9 loss bonus or something like that. It's not going to be incredible.
Won the pistol in the follow-up. Lost 2 after that.
And then 1.
So yes, 1-9, I think.
We need
Might
it
even
on
be
the
1400.
HUD somewhere or something.
We do in the breaks, I believe. Have it.
Well, shout out to Jerry. Giving us some podcast time. He's had a good series.
Yes, indeed. It's been quite nice. I mean, it's good for him on the map, certainly. But that is the beauty of this roster, is danger comes from all directions. Hold on. Don't get clocked. Jerry, he survived. The damage. He's actually made them lose some guts. No, Jerry! One last swing. It wasn't worth it. He cost them some money, but now... I mean, they would have had a decent force buy around the AK. Now they're in a really weird position.
I think they have to just eco and accept that Jerry is what, Mac 10 or Galil perhaps in the next. That's a shame.
It is a bit. Still, last round was a non-starter. Let's get back on track here.
Perhaps. Not on these guns, I don't think, though.
Oh, ye of little faith that has been caused by repeated exposure to reality. Deco. Keeping him on the end of the hook. That's a miss. Splits the difference. That's another miss. Okay, Deco. Hold on. Don't get run down. Lackey trying to come in to bail out his teammate. He's got support as well. So I got the numbers here.
Taking a lot of shots
Kenzie.
here.
Gonna stack some things up. Wee, well done with the USP. It's all good in the end. Kenzie comes in, says, don't worry, guys. I got you. And got him. He has.
Kenzie's been great in CS2. Don't forget that Kenzie and Norvi were removed by Jerry from Forza.
Oh,
it
yeah.
might not have been Jerry himself, but you have to imagine that Jerry is in that conversation. So there is a nice narrative to that. Getting their own back, and Kenzie really has been... He's been a star player for the last 4 or 5 months. He's been great.
I imagine one way or another there's some feelings between these teams. I don't know enough about the circumstances around the removals to know what kind of feelings those are. Deco gets one back. But this is a nice start for PARIVISION. This is a really nice start for PARIVISION. Tags on our Frost, but look at the damage that's been done to Aurora. They're trying to brawl in towards lobby into these early fights, and this time they've been rebuffed. Lackey, though. Oh, Lackey can't land the shot. Not Neki. Does his job, and now ramp open, lower sight available. Norvi trying to reinforce, but he's just got so little to work with here. Gonna be a bit of desperation, and as he burns, he will not be able to escape. Deco realistically has to save this AWP. So the high and mighty Aurora has been laid low, and PARIVISION are making a brawl of this.
We'll take that. So many players there were trying to fight into lobby at the same time. Good 30 seconds. I know Aurora has done that a lot of this half, but maybe PARIVISION getting wise to those tricks. Frost posts up. He fails result, and from there, a lot of bodies to hold off the onslaught. Deco will save. And, you know, it's not the most beautiful Counter-Strike I've ever seen from PARIVISION, to put it mildly, but they've got 4 rounds on the T side of Nuke after losing a pretty harrowing anti-eco round as well, so it's definitely already looking a hell of a lot better than than Overpass.
Yeah, I mean, that was a low bar. But it is clearing it. It is clearing it already. That's what we asked for, right? Was just give us some Counter-Strike to watch. They've done that. They have listened. Still, I've been hurt before, so I don't know that I'm willing to trust yet, Alan.
I know the feeling. But sometimes, Mike, you just got to, you know, it feels right. Just go all in. No regrets.
Mm.
I'm just crafting my love letter to Deco.
Oh boy, I don't know how he's gonna feel about it. We'll find out.
We had a rough few months. I was waning. There was a new kid on the block, Wrinkle.
Oh, he didn't peek around. There's a guy right on the red box. Oh, Art Frost is gonna get the kill now, and the hold from the door. What a shot from Result. Looked like a dead man, and he's most of the way there. But they get a bit of the warning system now. Deco down up top. Jerry's coming in towards Mini. Means the rotation can't be full. Lockie's got his hands full.
Jerry's flanking Heaven.
Yeah, they're going to go up vent. They're going to go up vent. This is an A-take. Or not. They're checking decon. They're keeping their options open. Jerry's in their heads. 20 seconds. Lackey got a chance there. But he could only find one. And now the bomb goes down. Now we start to wonder why Jerry is still in heaven. That's Result just found a bit of maneuvering. Oh my goodness, how far does he take this? How far does he take this? Well, he gets the first. Now they spot the next. Result's just inching forward as well. Here's going to be the tap. Here's going to be the stick. Result's in position to deny this, but Jerry's coming down late. They've got the right idea. Still, they do need the kills. Oh, Jerry on the scene just at the right moment, just in the nick of time. Comes down to the clutch. Arfrost has been able to reposition. There's the doors open. And Orvi knows this one's done. This one's gone. One last bait attempt, but the shot won't miss. And it will be a tied scoreline here.
Okay. Some brutal Counter-Strike we're seeing. But it's working. These loose rounds for PARIVISION on Outer, where they, rather than going down with smokes, it's more like we're going to use some util to cross the red crate and then work from there. They seem to be their best rounds. I guess that shouldn't be a huge surprise. I mean, if you really are lacking in the set plays, the strategic game, then just throw in some chaos. And they have got a couple entries out of it, so that is nice. Pause for Aurora. I'm guessing a quick discussion of, you know, what is going wrong, guys. We're the better team, and we know it, and we're dropping the ball a bit. So they're discussing the gun round, which will follow this. It's just a half by now. Results got a hero M4. And a dangerous thing about it to bet against that man. You can do some wild stuff.
Well, skirmish outside somehow does 2 damage, and that's it. Just a little warning shot.
Why does
Graze of the
Nosaneki
cheek.
have the orb?
That's a good question. That's a good question. I don't have an answer. The only answer I can think of is that Arfrost had first spawn and wanted to be really aggressive towards the ramp, but
It doesn't feel like not one of those spots, is it? That it's not long spawn on Dust 2.
no, it's not really a map that you would think that you'd play spawn based, and he's keeping the op now as well. So, maybe Arfrost is just fancying the AK here. It's not going to serve him well, but not Neki will be able to trade. So first shot does land. It's not like Arfrost has been bad. He was quite good over on Overpass, considering the circumstances. Oh, they can't lose this to the pistols, and they won't. Nicely done from Patsy. Kenzie does a rifle game, but he's not in position to do much about this. Blacky's the bigger threat.
I have constant anxiety on every single one of these rounds for PARIVISION.
Makes sense. You should.
Every second I feel like it's going to go wrong.
But this one seems fine. 25 seconds, plenty of time to plant the bomb. Kenzie out of position. Might just think about the save. So that's what they'll do. It's all good. We're going to get 6 rounds in this half for PARIVISION, considering the fact that, well, the way that Overpass went, and also considering how rough the start of this half was, with, frankly, 2 force buys that Aurora should have won. This is a pretty damn good result.
It is. So I don't think PARIVISION, they know themselves this isn't clean cookie cutter Counter-Strike. It's really brutal and aggressive. But at least it's working. I mean, the way they were playing on Overpass with, you know, when they did go for aggressive rounds, they would just lose the picks, or when they played passive, they had no information. At least there's some sort of middle ground now. Granted, this is T-side, whereas mainly CT on Overpass. But a competitive game is what we ordered. It's what we've got, and we're starting to ask some questions of Aurora. 5 rounds isn't enough. If you win a full reset round, which they did in round 3 of this map, you are setting yourself up so well. 5 rounds is not a great haul in that context. I want to make this 6. Deco, where are you? He's going to start in Heaven. So a more passive opener from Aurora. I don't want to give up a frag early this time. Jerry's
Slow
played around.
around.
Nuke. He probably knows that that means there's a player secret with that flash.
Oh, yeah. Jerry's brain moving a mile a minute here. You could tell. Look at the way they're jiggling this. Patsy's just waiting. Patsy's just waiting.
The bomb is way off, so this surely is going to be a ruse.
Well, it looks like a mini drop A hit, right?
Yeah.
Patsy finding the space. He's drawn out the Molotov just based on timing. 40 seconds. Clock's getting a little low, but provided they're A hitting, it doesn't really matter. That's not ideal. You've lost Patsy outside. Can Jerry trade this? Ooh, his position's revealed. Now they're aware. The Heaven player actually commits further into the site. Kenzie comes up, deals with Jerry. Now you've only got one side to this thrust. And that site's been shut down. It's all into Art Frost. 20 seconds. He's out of time. He's out of chances. Deco's giving him another. But it won't ultimately matter as we have it all tied up as we hit the halftime break. We're back into the second half here. This is what we wanted. Alan, this is a fight. This is a brawl. This is a battle. Back and forth we go, and it's 6-all now. And PARIVISION showing us a much better face than Overpass.
Credit to Notaneki as well. Only his second series on this team, and you can imagine probably a last-minute addition and in spots he's not super familiar with. He played a good first half, so credit where it is due. And so far, 3 out of 3 pistols for PARIVISION. Result wants to answer back. He doesn't want that trend to continue any longer.
Well, unless they can keep winning the force buys, in which case.
Yeah, honestly, that is better than winning pistol.
It's 100% better. Oi, result though. Gonna be caught looking the wrong way. This is the young gun, not Neki. The new guy showing up well. Still a lot of space for Aurora, but you can tell PARIVISION are wise to it. Look at the angle that Notneki's now holding, what he's checking. Can't be too overzealous on the clear. Oh, unless he hits shots like that! The ace! The ace for Notneki! 2 guns, no problems! And that is now 4 of 4 pistols for PARIVISION delivered by their newest player.
An AWP second round. Why not?
Wow.
What a play. What a play. That young man. It's so impressive that he's held his form after such a disappointing map 1 for him and the team. So that is a good display, but of course, the $1 million question, can PARIVISION convert one of these pistols and streak ahead with an economic advantage? Let's see.
Nice shot from Art Frost, justifying that op early.
I don't think Aurora would have expected an AWP.
No, but now they know. Notneki following it up. He's able to get away. Nicely played. Ooh, actually did get tagged quite down. And that's going to be the drop. Can't lose this. And Jerry wants to make sure of it. He's an SMG gamer. Still bomb plant out. Not the worst round in the world. But only 1 casualty. They'll be pretty comfortable with it.
They've done it.
It's acceptable losses.
I don't think Aurora will buy again.
Not with that attitude.
Well, with a couple more kills, they would, of course. But this should be all clear for PARIVISION. And
could deco. Could deco pretty effectively, actually.
well, they'll buy a little bit, but it shouldn't be body armor on many players.
Deco. 1, 2, 3. All right, we're getting the deco. Couple Tech 9s. We got the deco. Let's go. I will say this is a team that should put the fear of God into you. With the pistols. Reminder, they didn't successfully complete the first force buy last half. It was this second, more limited force buy where they got it done. This isn't quite as far in. But all it takes is a couple overzealous peaks, and these deagles can punish.
So Patsy is outer on both sides, it looks like. That's what I would have expected. So still a lot of CS left to be played here, and he needs to play a
No one's shifting lower.
Side. Yeah, I was just looking at that. Nobody's... So Art Frost just picked up ramp. I thought that was so Notneki could rotate, but... this could get very exciting very quickly when they find out what's going on.
You wonder whether this is off of Patsy's comms. If he hasn't relayed, the players could be down. Now Notneki's giving it a look. But the smoke goes out. This is a bomb plant. Hull put guaranteed. Yeah, guaranteed. Okay. 5 on 4 now. Results just hit one.
No.
That's up top. He's harassing from up top. Not like this. Not like this. Okay, Result dealt with that. Allows them to go for this retake with fewer cares.
I don't think they've got a kit.
They're saving. They're saving.
No.
Alan, they're saving. It's a deco. They barely had to fight. Result's the only one who found contact. He wasn't even on the site.
What's happening?
PARIVISION is saving. They're so scared of these deagles that they are tucking tail between their legs, whimpering and pulling out.
I can't say I've ever seen anything like this.
And Patsy's sticking around, not joining them. He gets 2 kills, but he gives them a gun. That's more valuable than the 2 unarmed pistols.
I can't believe it. What is happening?
Oh, boy. I mean, that is just playing scared. I mean, they got caught on the rotation. They got caught out of position. Fair enough.
But it wasn't round over. It wasn't...
They still had utility. They still had the guns. There's just pistols on the other side.
Maybe they thought Aurora had full force sport.
I mean, the only thing they'd seen was Result's deagle.
It's genuinely the best explanation I have, is that they thought the other players were on Galils, and it was a heavy investment.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one. PARIVISION has to win this now. They've saved for this to set this up. You can undo your sins to the last if you can win here. But if not, we're going to ask questions again because PARIVISION just feels like they are drawn to the inevitability of the early round reset. They can't escape its gravital pull. Gravitational even. And now the 5v4 established Artfrost under pressure. He's got the op, so he feels confident. But look at this. Look at this space outside. Look at Kenzie. So much room. No Heaven player here. They're going to push for lobby instead, but Deco's just waiting to punish, and he'll draw forward into the fight. Kicker next to fall. A under threat, under pressure, and no more defenders for it. As they clear into Heaven, as they clear into Mini, they'll realize there's no resistance. They've got everything. They're on the inside. And Jerry finds the timing event. No one was watching. It comes out of the clutch. This is a massive blunder now from Aurora. That was the one threat. The smoke was in towards Hut. This was the one threat. Jerry's just made it a possibility. Artfrost position's unknown. Kenzie plants safe. Picks right. Oh, can't go for these info hops. Now he's spotted. Now he's spotted. Doesn't have to risk the op again. Just goes into the fight, but Artfrost won't miss. Salvation for PARIVISION. And it's delivered from their in-game leader, from Jerry, just finding a timing up the vent.
I can't believe that. Why not plant for Heaven?
He did.
He planted... No, he planted on the main side. He planted wide.
Well, he planted back at the towers. He planted for Heaven.
No, he planted on the Hut side. When... Was it Kenzie up in Heaven? That should have been impossible. They had a smoke on Hut.
Okay.
They had Heaven.
Before it went down. Yes, understood.
That's a really amateur mistake. I'm sorry to call it out, but Aurora know better than that. Okay, well, they need to stay composed because they can still win this map handily if they just break the money. They've come so close. And the PARIVISION, yes, they've won some rounds, but they are hanging on by a thread. Look at the cash on everyone outside of Artfrost. It's disastrous on 3 of these players.
Pressure in towards ramps, and gonna send the player lower. Neki gives him the space, but now he's got support from Artfrost on that big AWP, and that's gonna connect. Oh, and they get the trades. Nice shots from Artfrost. He knows he's the last line of defense here, but he's gonna hold strong, and that bomb's dropped. And this time it's looking good for PARIVISION. Neki and Artfrost, the young guns from Spirit Acad, they have done their work. They have earned this round. Deco and Kenzie, you need the hero play here. Feels like Aurora have missed some key opportunities. And they're the kind of opportunities that let the whole map slip away. Still, they've got some time. Kenzie has just spotted Patsy clearing in towards Hell. Might be able to find him on this timing.
Have they got the time for Kenzie to work all the way?
They do. For the moment.
Bomb, and then...
There's the contact.
That helps.
Oh, he's out in the open. How? How is Deco unpunished there? How on earth? He knows he's got a teammate here. Kenzie needs to accelerate. They don't have a lot of time. How are those shots are on? Those shots are on. But Kenzie's just too late to help his teammate. Trying to hold on to the positioning. He knows where the last is. Has to commit. Has to commit. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. And Kicker will call his bluff. So 10 on the board. And Op slips out of this round as well. And Aurora again miss a chance to punish.
Well, this time was a bit different. They were playing from the deficit. Listen, we said it earlier in this map. PARIVISION are not playing the prettiest Counter-Strike, but it's working. They're ever so close now to pulling this off. Pause comes in from Aurora. If they had planted, they definitely would be forcing. And they might still do it. Kenzie's bought some nades. He's squaring up for half by Norvi. Going a little bit more. Norvi's gone all in. As a result, okay. Well, Aurora think this is their best chance to fully snap the economy. They've really been so close to pulling this off for the last 3 or 4 rounds. Oh, they're running out of time. Running out of time. Bit of a risk here from Aurora. The upside is big, though, and, well, it has to be said, low buy rounds in this series have been their friend. But amidst the carnage, I didn't realize how far ahead of the pack Notaneki was. He's had a great game.
He's been tremendous. He was solid in the first half, and he stepped away after that ace of the pistol, and now just really taking command. Kick it! Unchecked! Only gets one out of it, but Artfrost able to deliver for more, and now the op has put enough fear in them that they're backing away. Patsy, though, caught outside. This gives some room to rumble. They still want to focus in A. They know they've got Artfrost here hemmed into the corner. He's taking quick shots, trying to drop, trying to avoid getting caught, and he can't land it.
Not like this. I can't take it anymore, Mike. I can't take it.
Pistols are their greatest enemy, and not Neki. Oh, very fortunate on that timing. Kinsey didn't go full wide on the clear, and now, well, okay. Lackey will be the next line of defense.
This is a disaster.
Jerry has to back away. This is an abject disaster.
Absolute catastrophe. And they're gonna... They're probably... If I was them, I would actually... Do you remember back with the old economy where you'd buy like 800 second round and save a bit of money in the can? I really actually hope PARIVISION does that, because Aurora are going to have fairly good money after getting the win bonus here, and they're keeping players alive and picking up guns. I'm not sure. I think PARIVISION will buy. I'm quite sure of it. Almost every team would, but I kind of have this hunch that maybe Artfrost can just drop some pistols and we just keep some money in reserve.
Nope. Big Green's out. Big Green's out immediately. No hesitation there. Artfrost's going to bet on the op. They're going to risk it. This is either a win or it's a tie ball game. Big swing moment. The rifle's out.
I might not expect Artfrost to have that much money. That would not surprise me.
Problem is just, how do you cover so much ground with him? He's going to go outside. He's going to be deleted. Haircut given out immediately. And Kenzie's read this, but he hasn't gotten the kill. That's a little awkward. Patsy just ADing his way through. Now he wants to combat this, but Deco puts a shot through the box, and that will be enough. As the op been reclaimed, it has been. Not Neki has it now. And he has been the guy.
I think I'd expect Jerry to be this aggressive after...
They're looking. They're looking. Oh, they expect the chase, but no, Deco snaps away at just the wrong moment. Jerry might have the time here. Jerry might have the mad scientist timing here. He's wrapping in towards Shutter. He spotted the player up top. He's looking for the shot, the execution, the assassination. Now they know, but they also know their A utility's not coming in, and Jerry knows exactly what they were about to attempt. Op on the angle, op taken down, a player in HUP, but they don't have to deal with him. They don't have to contend. It comes down to Lackey in the clutch. Bomb will be planted. They're not quick enough in the chase, but now Lackey needs to be ready. They're coming his way. They're not making a secret of it. Lackey cannot win the fight of all the times for Kicker to pop off. With an MP9 back against the wall, he delivers 3 massive kills. And PARIVISION are saved. It wasn't
Jerry
the op.
some credit too. I mean, that was... I mean, it was bold. It was very aggressive, but somebody had to do something in that position. And Jerry, with his information, does a great deal to spin kick it into play. Well, is that the saving grace? It could be. Because as good as Aurora has been in this map and keeping the money low, they just can't get the killing blow. They can't end PARIVISION. Back and forth we go. PARIVISION have drained their loss bonus, obviously, after a round win. They're still on a knife's edge. Absolutely.
That blade does cut. A-site's lost. There's still a player in heaven, though. Is there enough utility to actually get this bomb down? They're going to try. Here's their window of opportunity.
So many nades for the CT side. They can carpet the site.
Deco actually getting out secret could be huge here. Or squeaky, rather. This might not be where they're expecting the fight to come from. Oh, timing though for Lackey. Doesn't get the shot.
think I preferred this when they were aggressive. They are so sandwiched.
There's no kit. There's no kit, Alan. I've just realized this. Time is a huge issue now. Oh, and they've just lost 2. They're going to save. They're going to back away. This
Why is
map
there no kit?
is a tug of war. And back and forth we go. Only one survivor as well, as Artfrost sticks around for one more shot. PARIVISION aren't out of the woods yet.
It's such a bizarre game. Why is there no kit on PARIVISION?
They had the money to spare. I couldn't tell you. I could not tell you that.
It's like Luster is what it is. They need to... They are winning this map, but they are so close to losing it. Ever so close to just dropping off that cliff and smashing into the rocks.
This will be the round. There's an AWP. There is very little else. Not Necky's got armor and a Zeus. Single smoke.
Aurora has not been perfect on this map against pistols, so I need to see them clear their act a little bit too.
There's a spot outside, but no shot squeezed off. Zeus angle here for Not Necky. But surely it's a one and done, even if he does get the one. Cherry lost elsewhere. Here comes the clear out. They're being diligent right now. Not Necky trying his maneuvering, but he's got to be looking the right way, and that is not the range you want a Zeus at. He knows. Doesn't pull the trigger, and at this point, Artfrost might just need to think about where he wants to hide this AWP.
Well, passing Curry in the right place. I just don't see how they get engaged. And Artfrost, surely this gun is too valuable, right? Surely the AWP is too valuable. I really wish he was just running in to see if he's spawn or something. Gonna stick around for some fights, but Artfrost, brother, you need this gun.
Doesn't have a kid either. What's he trying to stick? Late? Okay, there we go. It felt like an inevitability. Kind of a cheeky setup.
Oh, they really needed it, Mike. Look at their money. He could have dropped. He could have saved the AWP and dropped a rifle.
It's gonna be problems on. It's gonna be problems on now. Timeout gonna be used.
How is
this
the
first timeout?
pause? I think it's the first pause in the series, you know. Tactical, at least.
Oh my goodness.
There must have been one on Overpass, but I don't remember it. Certainly too little too late if they did have a pause on Overpass. Right, they might be discussing a double eco. They are. They're going to do it. They're double ecoing. Oh my. I'm a little bit taken back because Artfrost, if he just saves the AWP, they're definitely buying here, and maybe it's one player on an MP9, but otherwise it's good nades. It's a perfectly doable situation, but they're going to have to play the longer game. What a map of Counter-Strike this is. It's a bar fight, isn't it?
Speaking of that bar fight, Artfrost is swinging, throwing some haymakers out. The lobby crunch has had success. They've got a man advantage here. When they want to dip back in, they want to dip back in. They're not backing. They're sticking around. Norvey wants to fight. He's all about that action, boss.
Just let Kenzie play. Let Kenzie play.
They just need to hit the freeze, don't they?
You don't have to do anything. I don't even like the Norvies in lobby. Just let Kenzie play.
About to be out here. Yeah, it's been spotted. He gets the kill. Oh, the second player in hut. They didn't expect it. Oversight for Norvey. Pressure on. Molotov doesn't go deep enough. Kicker it around the corner. Knows that he doesn't have to move. Slacky with the bomb. How does he link up with his teammate?
Does he get pushed first? I think is the other question.
If he wraps mini, I think he's got the timing. But if he tries to go the heaven route, Patsy is in a good spot. It's all about the pathing here. It's all about the routing. They need a little GPS-based help. Patsy's going to come back, though. Patsy's going to come back. That's the bomb. That's the kill on, and now Patsy strikes, and there we go. Map point found. It has not been an easy path. It has not been an easy route, but somehow, some way, despite many route recalculations, PARIVISION have got to this point.
It's absolutely fair to be critical of Aurora now. They really have had a lot of chances to get this to OT at minimum. Okay, well, that has done a lot for PARIVISION. It's also given them an economic buffer where they can even take a round loss now and still have another bye in the last of regulation. Round 23 to come. Aurora. Very simple call. Look at this. 5 players trying to cross with these smokes. For now, the CT user is holding them at bay a lot, so very annoying. 1 frag found, but I almost think that's worth it. The info's pretty good.
Oh, Patsy. Might have just put this one away. Might have just done enough for his team. Still, we know the explosive potential of these 2 players. Jerry's coming, looking. Timing is there. Result has it. Player in towards Garage. Lackey watching, but Lackey checked. The bomb, well, was retrievable. Result understandably nervous about actually picking up the C4. 45 seconds. He's going to need to get a move on.
Okay, he's got
the all-important parcel. Wants to fight upside, bets on himself, and that bet fails. Not a Neki. Who else could it be? Finishes off the map. What a map for the youngster. What a series this has turned into.
I can't. That was ugly. That was really ugly Counter-Strike. I can't overlook it. But
all
at least
the things that we were praising Aurora for on Overpass, you know, being a little more mature, being a little more disciplined, playing together, not getting overzealous, out the window on
I mean,
Nuke,
we didn't
man.
see it
Out the
yesterday,
window.
but was it Koi they lost to yesterday, and it was a bit of a smackdown, especially Nuke. And you just watch Aurora and you watch the games they're winning, just like their floor shouldn't be that low. They really have such a good composition of players. Their spots make a lot of sense. It really shouldn't happen, but it does sometimes. So, yeah, I don't know, man. We've cast them enough to know they have some of these games where it just doesn't look right, and they still have work to do.
They certainly do. They certainly do. We were optimistic about it, but definitely still something that they're growing into. Kudos, though, to PARIVISION. Kudos to PARIVISION. We talked about it on Overpass, how not Neki just really didn't get the chance to even show what he could do. Here he did. And dang, he looks good. He looks like a good pickup for them. Artfrost looking sharp on that AWP. Patsy looking like a man reborn, even if it still wasn't the most stellar map. This was a world of difference for PARIVISION, Alan. I don't know that they're exactly going to want to hang their hat on this as the greatest map ever. Still some rough spots for sure, but they got it done. And compared to what we saw on Overpass, it was just an entirely different squad.
There is an element of they've kind of found a way to win, even though they're having a lot of problems. Like, they just made the game so chaotic and so mad and so bonkers that at least someone like Notaneki get involved. Patsy obviously had a much better game. Artfrost as well has some good rounds. Jerry himself actually had a massive ADR for that map, which is quite surprising. You know, the frags and all that. It's not pretty Counter-Strike, but at least they're playing a style that's giving them a lot better chance than it was in the first map.
They certainly are. They certainly are. The question is, can they bring it home? We've got Mirage as our decider when we come back from this break.
We're back here. That was quite a different story on Nuke. A brawl all the way. Definitely could have hurtled out of control for PARIVISION, but they maintain control. They maintain enough. They have some big moments from the individuals, and now we've got Mirage, Alan, and frankly, I never expected to be here.
No. I mean, that first map, for those that weren't here, was really... It's even worse than the scoreline looks. 2 of those are pistol rounds. It was absolute savagery, and at no point in any of those rounds, apart from the ones they won, they were not in any of the other rounds. That's how dominant it was. So, what a surprise the Nuke was close. I think the one thing that makes me feel decent about PARIVISION for Mirage is I think if they're going to play chaotic and they're going to try and take fights, I think Mirage, more so than Nuke even, could give them chances here just to try and disrupt Aurora, because as we saw on Overpass, if Aurora can play their game, it really isn't a match. But PARIVISION, as Nuke displayed, if they can get up in their face and then cause some problems, these holes, these cracks that prevent Aurora from, getting further the rankings, they do rear their head in quite an ugly way.
They do, yeah. They certainly do. It'll be interesting, though. I mean, Mirage, a map that theoretically should play itself to Aurora's strengths. You want to play that Chaos Ball, they do tend to be good at it. Didn't quite work out for them on Nuke, but we saw a few critical moments, right? I mean, really both ways. Deco's working out for the Aurora side. That's the constant threat of this team. But likewise, by the same token, Aurora failing to capitalize on their advantages, failing to close rounds that they certainly should have had, 4v2 in particular from the first half that I'm thinking of. This very much could have been a different map. The question is, are you going to get those same stutters and issues for Aurora here on Mirage? And I frankly don't think so. So I think what we need to see from PARIVISION is a continued level up from Nuke. We saw the individual step forward. Not Neki impressing nicely on that last map. Art Frost looking good on the AWP. Jerry having some strong moments. Even Patsy really starting to wake up. That has to continue. We have to see that continued growth from a team that hasn't had a lot of time playing together.
Yeah. I mean, so we have no idea how long Notaneki's even been practicing with these guys. Yeah. Probably not long, would be my assumption. But, when you're bringing in players like Hicker, like Patsy into the mix, Artfrost as the AWPer, around an experienced Singami like Jerry, this should be a makeup of players where we're going to get some consistency. We're going to play some solid Counter-Strike. With Jerry and Kicker alone, you should be playing clean CS. Obviously, that hasn't been the state just yet, and yeah, I think as we go into map 3, listen, PARIVISION can make this competitive, but I have to believe that Aurora can clean their act a little bit and just close out this series. They should, everything points to them winning this. If they lose, it's probably their own doing.
You would imagine, right? Yeah, if we take the math, hold on, let's pull out our mental abacuses. I don't know how that one goes. If we pull out our mental calculators, right, and put up the weight of what we've seen so far, we've got map 1, utter domination, make PARIVISION look silly. Map 2, very sustained, brawly affair, just get it over the line, could have easily gotten that one broken and had this be a 2-0. So for map 3, gotta say, still leaning pretty heavily for Aurora, still feeling like this should be fairly comfortable for them. Nuke's proven a problem before, but you got to stick with Aurora on this one. Anything else, like PARIVISION, they can show us something new, but based on the data points we have so far, my Giga calculator in the head right here is foreseeing the future, reading the portents, Alan. This is still an Aurora.
I mean, look at it another way. Let's say PARIVISION does win Mirage. Imagine the questions we're going to ask of Aurora, given how Overpass went. We're going to be sat here thinking, what on earth for a team that could win this tournament? That would be a huge loss, and also in terms of where they are at right now in the second stage. If Aurora doesn't win some of these series, they're going to be in such a terrible spot going into the late stage of this playoffs. They'll have a very tough job to get near those Pro League spots.
They will indeed. One trend I'm also curious to see if it continues. Please, PARIVISION, if you win the pistol again, they've won 4 of 4 pistols so far. Please convert one. Please, just convert one. Just please, for the love of God, just convert.
I can't take it anymore.
Pistol round. Either that or just lose the pistols. Like pick one or the other. Half in, half out business is just driving us to distraction.
Okay, let's go. map 3, third and final. Winner gets the chance to play for an upper bracket spot in playoffs. Loser, I'm pretty sure, is guaranteed lower bracket. Simple terms, win this and you got an easier time come playoffs. So let's see. What do you have for us, Aurora _ Gaming? Why is the bomb on its own? PARIVISION? Jerry, you madman.
This is a classic. This is a classic insanity strat. You go A, I go B with bomb. You might say it's just a matchmaking strat. I say Jerry's living in the future, and our Frost is about to have an empty site and a bomb plant, and they're actually going to go straight through CT to fight this. It's worked. Now let's see if they could actually win this round. Okay, they listened to me, Alan. They listened to me, and I appreciate
Everyone
that.
still thinks it's A.
They heard the part where I said, if you're not going to win the second round conversion, just lose the pistol. And they decided to live by that motto. Guarantee the bomb plant. Don't worry about actually winning the round. But let's see if our Frost can cook. No. No, he cannot. A little too much salt in that one.
What do we often say? Thin line, genius, insanity?
Yes. Yeah, I would say we say that.
This was crazy. I mean, it's not just... That was kind of best case scenario, wasn't it? They hit A, they get A without any resistance, all of Aurora rotate. They get the bomb down B, they get a free path into CT, and they just lose the fight. It's like... At no point was PARIVISION actually presented with what should have been a round-losing problem in terms of how they planned the round to go. It's not like somebody pushed apartments and shot the bomb before it went down. I mean, if it had worked, we'd be singing their praises, but I really don't think there's a high percentage pistol round.
No.
But I enjoy the madness.
But...
I mean, that is Jerry through and through.
I do. Love it. And they can't lose the second round for us now. So really, they've just thought this through. Now the question is, can they win one of their own? There's a kit. That was actually saved through from the pistol.
Well, they could win this round, then lose the following.
Let's not invent new scenarios here, Alan, to terrify me. Just take it one step at a time here. Ooh, here's the fight. Here's the peek from window. Kenzie wins it. Patsy loses first blush, but Rezal dead. Okay, that was off the catwalk peek. Maybe a bit overzealous. Don't know how much more they're going to want to commit in towards this mid fight.
Seem quite sure it's going to be A.
They're right.
Aurora.
There's the bomb spot. Now they know. Or does Jerry back away?
There's time here to reroute.
The problem is they've only seen Deco, right? Now they know there's two players here based on that flash peek. Should have a good idea. But they have no information on B. And they've still got to play a ramp, so they're feeling good about this A play. And actually, Deco's giving this up at the wrong moment. He's going to be able to hold on the window for them, but he's not going to be able to help out his teammates, which would be more of a problem if they cleared under Belk. 1 for 1 instead. You still got a mid lurk. That's very late for us to be cooking up in mid, because his teammates are gone and he no longer has time to win this round. This is a save. Or a death. So, Aurora avoid the reset of their own. They keep it cooking. They keep 3 players alive as well. And it's a clean start for them on Mirage.
Pause comes in. Apparently they're 0 for pause. Very nice. We hope the HUD survives. We hope it's all good.
We hope it will.
Yeah, that was a very bizarre force buy. I love they smoke deep jungle and they take so long. The Deco's like, oh, this must be a fake. Like this must be a fake, and then this walk up connector for free. So, Jerry is making some bold calls. I enjoy it.
There's some things cooking. I mean, we did say in the pre-show is that sometimes when you're trying to understand the madness that is Jerry calls, it takes a little while for a roster to kind of get it under their belt, especially for young players. But they don't have a lot of time in this series, so better figure it out.
Yeah, not an Eki sat there thinking, you want me to do what? Go where? Well, we do call Jerry the mad scientist for a reason. He's always
got the test tubes out.
Yeah.
Right now, you think he's trying to breed his next super soldier. You know, it's like Bane on the table. They're trying to pump him full of venom. And I guess that's not Neki. That is his next experiment. He's already made a monster in Result. Now arrayed against him like he's Frankenstein. Time to see what you could cook with not Neki.
I mean, Flit wasn't a bad experiment either. That went pretty well.
No, he's had some good ones, haven't he?
But yeah, needs to pattern up a bit better. Needs to hold on to them.
Kenzie getting bold. Does he have a flash for this? Kind of. It's a little late. Little late. I guess it hit. It kind of looked a little off the target. This is overzealous. But I guess they figure it's so late into the round. Why not? And it has worked out. Only one casualty. Might even be able to go and retrieve that gun. But they're not stressing it. More committed to making sure this doesn't get out of hand.
Decent damage. Certainly feels like the most cookie cutter start to a half in this series. It's actually gone about normal. This series has been anything but. Right, it's guns out. Guns out. What have you got for us, Jerry? Say, Nuke wasn't pretty. It was ugly CS, but at least it was a start of CS that could work. And that's what I want to see in this half from PARIVISION. I want to see madcap rounds. I want to see bonkers calls. I want to see make Aurora uncomfortable. A standard game is probably a one-way ticket to losing this series. What have you got for us, Jerry? Early mid nades. Nothing unusual there. It's just Jerry.
Kenzie's sticking around. Kenzie's really overstaying this welcome. Yep, that's why you don't stick around in mid. They've got the trade, though. They've got Result on the angle. And the Molotov's going to force Patsy wide. He's now very glad they didn't stick around. And he's got a lot of information for his team to work with. He's got mid.
Very much like an earlier round we saw where their just immediate knee-jerk is to stack A. The bomb is heading towards B apartments. Clearly a risk.
Norvi has no more stall out util either. He's got one flashbang.
Yeah. They haven't heard anything. I think they'd love to push A here, but they just haven't heard anything for a while.
That's the last smoke. No, never mind. Lackey has one. Window peek maybe coming in from Result.
That's good.
God, he's snappy.
If Norvi just buys time, this is this can play out well. Even better now. Results over.
Footstep on. It's a little bit of confirmation that somebody's coming this way. They spot the catwalk player. Now they know. When does the rotation come in? Not fast enough. Norvi spotted. Result dropped. It's a problem. They had the numbers here, but the defense didn't hold. So the bomb will go down, and this, you'd imagine, is a save.
Yep. I think Result and Norvi will be disappointed that they didn't play better there. You could see that, so the mid player for PARIVISION, I think he smoked top connector and mollied window. And then the A players for Aurora saying, okay, guys, catwalk is open. A player can come from there. And then Aurora, the B-side players, Result and Norvi start readjusting. And they get caught in transition. It was really awkward. So I think they'll be kicking themselves. They didn't just commit to playing backside or something. It really was looking pretty good for them. But nonetheless, a good recovery from PARIVISION. Some fine shooting. And they do get around on the board. They've kept the money low. This will be a reasonably healthy buy, I think, from Aurora here, but they'll drain their coffers very thin.
We have seen the danger even in these digs for Kenzie, so it's something they can certainly make work, but prime opportunity for Perry. You know what happens if they have a really even game, Alan?
Tell me.
Parity. Oh, our Frost gonna get the opener here as he strives for that. The op could be retrieved, funneled backwards. Kinsey's just missed the spot, but might have caught a pixel because the nade comes out, and that's nice he delivered. Poor Patsy. Softened up, I think a lot. It's going to hinge on Lackey here, and he's getting aggressive. He's being... Neki wins the duel. Now that thrust not successful. They're in trouble. Norvi with this op is going to have to stand and deliver. They're running out of numbers to defend this site. There's smoke for this. There's a flash, certainly, to push him off the angle. Pressure onto the sandwich player, but Narvi taking a safer approach to this. Is not going to be able to hit his shot with that. This should be done. Bomb down. Pressure on the rifle. They want to live. And even with that kill, surely Result can't risk this. He wants the AK. Is he going to press forward?
No, it's too much. Surely. It's a real shame Norvi can hit that shot, because actually, if he stayed alive in CT and got a kill, was not going to be an easy bomb plant for PARIVISION, because Result was up on Catwalk. That connector smoke would have faded fairly soon. Bit of a shame. And that should mean that Aurora have to take a full-on eco. Come the following. Of course, Result will save this AK over. He's a dangerous presence, but we're asking a lot for him to make it work when his teammates have basically nothing. Better for PARIVISION. Better stuff.
You feeling the fear already, Alan?
I don't really
this kind of round.
about it.
I think it is just going to be USPs this time, no Deagles. So it would have to be really quite absurd if they were going to lose this. We got a USP and underpass. Got a double cat push. We got some friskiness in mid. Patsy's done. Hold on, hold on. Result's got two. Was maybe a bit of a bold swing, but still, there's damage on. This means that guns can be picked up by the survivors. You could see Kenzie and Deco going looking for these. And Result's still out here. But they picked the right site. They picked the empty site. They picked B. So the question is, will...
They might opt to scoop the guns. They're so valuable.
Nice finds. Result confirms the Deco can come get this extra. The opportunity that presented itself. Okay, that's their answer. That's their answer. That was the question that Result wanted to pose. Can I get into apps? Can I really threaten this site? And the answer is no. No, indeed. 2 kills, 2 AK is not a bad result, though, is it?
No. Deco also looks kind of poised to stick around for a bit more. Somebody comes his way for apartments. Not going to happen. It will be Kenzie. He gets an opportunity. Oh, does finish his food. Not Neki needs a sprint. He won't die anymore to the bomb plant. Wow, that was really costly in the end, actually, wasn't it? Sole survivor.
Kicker gets the op at least. That's nice. It's a nice detail. This is well trained by Jam. Secure the op at all costs.
Yep.
We got a tie game here, though.
And work for Aurora to do. It's kind of worth remembering that, you know, for a lot of this series, and this happens when Aurora plays the bigger teams, is they win some unlikely rounds, they win on pistols, they apply so much economic pressure that it really does thrust them ahead in series. But here, they've got to do it on the guns. They've got to do it the old-fashioned way.
I think Jerry's just caught this timing perfectly. Kenzie's back is turned! Ah, it's so unfortunate now. Lackey forced out by a Molotov. Wants to get forward, but he's burning. He didn't realize the spread would cover him. Now he's making a play through smoke. Kicker watching this on the fade. This could be trouble. Flashbang for it, but he can't find the target. So back into the smoke he dives. Tap, a check, a nade, a flash. Lackey's been here the whole time. Are they looking? No, 2 targets, but he can't find either. He's bungled it. And with it, the chance at this round. A consolation kill, but they can't risk this up further. PARIVISION will pull into the lead. And for Aurora, it's just left to consider the save.
Wheels are coming off. And it's just what we wanted. PARIVISION showing a lot of different looks. Jerry gets out in mid. Perfect timing. And you could see how wary they were of Lackey making a play. They knew his smoke was out towards metal. Just outside the... just the side of CT behind triple. Well played. Well played. PARIVISION showing some more poise and class than they did have earlier in the series. And I like what I'm seeing. Whereas on the flip side, Aurora, they should take some pauses. They need to have a discussion. We keep losing the open kill here. It's going a bit untenable. Are we going to buy? It's right on the edge. Deco and Result could drop A1Ss. No, they're going to play the longer game. Half buy.
Getting frisky in the underpass again. They did some damage here with USPs. Now they got a little bit more sauce behind him. Molotov to force Artfrost back. There's the first. Kenzie traded, but Rezal wins the exchange. He knows there was another up close hand, but Artfrost just wants to get out of here. Oh, and Norvy's pushing. And Norvy's pushing. Oh, and he's going to find what he was looking for. Maybe a bridge too far, but it falls to Kicker now in a 1v2.
Doesn't have the bomb.
He doesn't have the bomb. He's going forward. I don't even know if he realizes. Because look at Lackey now. Lackey's pushed all the way through ramp. Lackey's about to find a parcel of C4. Lackey is going top mid. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Mistakes have been made. He wanted the gun. Prioritized the gun over the flank. And now there might just be a chance for Kicker.
Yeah, pretty confused at Aurora. I mean, why would Kicker make noise and not bomb? Not going to matter.
Answer.
Not going to matter. Wow. Team Ace. That was a brutal round, and it all stems from Result getting aggressive.
Result and Kenzie.
I mean, I said
in
it
the
just
underpass.
on cue. Like, Aurora have this ability. Their scorelines in all games look better than it kind of is, if that makes sense, because they're so good. These damn pistols. They win so many. They win a completely inordinate amount of them.
They defy the meta flow of what you think a game should do.
Yes.
Window smoke and top mid smoke. A lot of utilities getting committed here from PARIVISION just to make sure that whatever Aurora is trying to do on these early thrusts isn't easy to bring in.
Check out the A setup. So we've given the site proper in favor of having 2 connector. Yeah, I'm not surprised they're throwing nades mid. They really want to fight this. Smoke goes down on Palace. They're going to start readjusting Deco.
Just a reclear.
Over and he has a 2-man setup. Result first contact. Awkward exchange. That did not play out as Aurora wanted whatsoever.
That's the rarest of things. I mean, it was a dry swing in, but just a mechanical failure from Aurora, and PARIVISION capitalize. Now they're laughing all the way to the bank. Now it's full pressure on, and you have no idea which way they're leaning off of that. You just know they have top mid. There's no real information to be gleaned. You have no apartments control, no palace control, nothing to hedge.
We're guessing right though. Deco close ramp, now moving under Balk.
Audio cue.
Norvy's here. Like he's not far out. This could get interesting.
Oh, can't miss. And it's done exactly that. The mortal sin. There's no more time. Nades to try and whittle him down. Teammate lost. Molotov to finish. You only get one chance in those situations, and well, swing and a miss is going to cost them.
This by a long shot is the best CS PARIVISION has played in this series. It really is starting to look good. They're just getting the simple things right. And to be honest, Aurora the opposite. They really look flustered. First pause comes in, and I'm not surprised because they need to have a discussion about what on earth is happening. Deco and Lackey have a lot of money. Maybe give Result a hero M4. I wouldn't mind that. Whereas on the reverse, a real team effort from PARIVISION. Jerry is throwing a lot of different looks at this CT side. A lot of different rounds, some defaults, some set plays. Artfrost has been on the move. It really has been a pleasure to watch so far. And I hate this force, Mike. I don't know why they're doing this. Why would you do it? I mean, you can't break PARIVISION's money.
I think the wildest thing to me is just that they haven't really... I mean, this is the first time they're risking the double op, right? Where's Lackey playing with it? Oh, in mid, he's pushing. He's got no support either. This flashbang's gonna ruin him. And indeed, that's exactly what happens. Predictable as can be. At least they check Jerry getting out of the ramp, but you wonder if this is one of those moments where Aurora's maybe not talking as much as we'd like. Seem to be making some individual plays. At times they can shine in those roles, but when it's not working,
So
there are some questions.
Kenzie's pushed lower. Norvy's in B apartment, so there's good information. Great smoke from Result. They have to buy time. If PARIVISION knew what's happening right now across the map, they'd be going through this smoke. Because every second, it makes this more difficult. A nade goes into smoke, but they haven't committed. They need to go right now. They need to get entry frags. Kicker does indeed. This smoke might have missed. Big gap. Norvy finds it. And Kenzie, his flank, becomes ever more potent every second that passes. When does he come into play?
Nades for the wrong spot. But here's that flank. Knife blade in. Need this gun out. Ooh, don't miss the opportunity, and he doesn't. Kicker now alone. He opened this round. He's got to close it as well, and he's going to give it a damn good try, but it's not going to happen. The double ops retrieved. The defuse is on. This force buy has worked out, Alan.
Just about. Still very hairy.
That's the way they roll.
Absolutely.
Clean, comfortable,
Absolutely.
confident rounds. I don't know about
I will
that.
stick to my guns that force buy didn't make sense. I truly believe that. But they have a way to make whatever buy work. Do Aurora. I watched a lot of Monty demos from the middle of last year, that's for sure. Right, well, this has been a slugfest. 5 apiece. Double orb again for the CT side, as I guess Lackey feels like I have no other way to play this A bomb site. And a pacey mid-take. Players stuck the right side of window. What a mess.
It's a mess they're emerging from clean, though. Result. The janitor. Come on, Naki's got something to make them think. He's burning.
Kenzie's
He's
dead.
burning. Kenzie should be. Certainly. They missed the timing on this. They didn't understand. He may have thought maybe it was more under control. But it in fact was. A nice little bit of altitude gain, though. Result, the high ground, lays them low, but he's not able to descend. Not safely. Anyone who's hiked up a mountain can tell you sometimes it's the way down that hurts the most. Does Kicker fight into this? Just around the corner is Norvy. Just around the corner is Norvy. Does Kicker it clear? He does, and he's ready for it. Nicely done. He's under the flashbang, and now... But Arfrost will finish this off. It's going to be an even scoreline at the least, and with the money in turmoil, PARIVISION may have just given themselves the first half lead they've had today.
What a great half has been from Kicker as well. He was, think of the best word. I want to say consistent for Virtus Pro, but I might not be selling it quite correctly. Kicker doesn't make many mistakes. That's how I'll describe it. Kicker is a reliable player. And amidst all the carnage there's been this half, he has been reliable. And if you're making good moves, he's putting his team in good positions. Another pause in for Aurora as their money is a mess. Well, at least Results got his M4. It was always going to be their best chance. Lackey, throughout this half, has not found a way to play that A-bomb site, has he, with any consistency. He tried aggressive, passive, retake, under bulk, aggressive ramp, double AWPing. Nothing really has brought consistency. And
I will say with the double
they
AWP,
test him again.
he was eating up mid. But yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. An Achilles heel for them.
Result and Kenzie are looking at their teammates saying, you know, we're kind of doing our job here in mid. Yeah, we made some mistakes, but we have held our ground more often than not. Sides have struggled.
PARIVISION super passive at the beginning of this. They were expecting something frisky up mid.
Yeah. I guess
Can't
they're
really
aware,
blame them.
I think they're aware of the buy as well.
Mm.
Feels like the right call. Smoke's over. But this could be a ruse, and indeed it is. It's really to let the mid players walk. And Onaneki, though, is going to try and sell this fake. In the most visceral way possible. He dies for that. Jerry does get space in mid, though, so still a chance here for PARIVISION to sandwich these side players.
Nice shot. Had to be. And now they've got control. Now they got some space to back into. Lackey still gets caught, but he has done work. They might not expect this play out of Palace this late. They haven't seen the bomb yet, so they got to be wondering where it's coming from. A duel in by the window. There's no one watching sight.
That pulls Kenzie. There might be a chance to get this bomb down now cleanly.
They're risking it. They're risking it for the catwalk play, but Rezalt doesn't dive deep enough. And Patsy will punish him. Patsy has come alive here. Northy, last man who could do anything about this. Op trained on his position. Elbow spotted. Information given. Molotov should finish this. There's no kit. There's no smoke. There's no time. He knows he's done. It's just a matter of how he ends. The op won't land. Artfrost a little twitchy on it. But between Patsy and Artfrost, there's just no way. A lead for PARIVISION as we hit the break. A lead for PARIVISION. What a world of difference this map has been from everything we've seen prior. PARIVISION looking like the more collected team. And it shows on the scoreboard. And all it took, Alan, was losing a pistol finally.
And Patsy.
Yeah, that helps.
Okay. Well, it's going to be an A take. Probably a jungle push for Aurora. Another strat pretty much as old as time. Kicker. He's had a monster map already. He gets baited in a little bit as his teammates take first contact. Awkward exchange. Kicker doesn't last for long. The action here set to continue as everyone just keeps taking fights. Deco, not again! What's going on?
He's still got a chance. We know how this guy can shoot. Gets a little altitude. I like how consistently not Necky's changing this firing angle, though. Dipping, diving, dodging, moving the head, keeping him guessing. Keeping his head down in this one. Deco will get the plant off. They're not close enough to deny this. So that's money in the bank. That's money for a force buy. Ready to come through. Well, let's see if the force buy is going to be necessary. It will indeed. Nice shot over the box from not Necky. But the defuse on, and now if you're PARIVISION, perhaps the most terrifying round of the game is set to come in the next.
Follows the one here for the maps 1 and 2. Yet to have a clean conversion of a pistol.
Yeah, well, we did have one at the beginning of this map because Aurora won pistol.
Yes, there was one.
Before that, Perry had won 4 of 4 pistols and lost either the following force buy or the force buy after that.
Oh, they're actually pausing. Look at this. I like it.
Yeah, they don't use them very often. Might as well use them in the high impact round.
Well, I guess they recognize as well. It's been an absolute mess. Problem for them is that Aurora's buy is pretty good. They got an AK, they got Galil's. Lack of util isn't necessarily the biggest deal because you can contact him for control. Okay. Well, Jerry rallies the troops, and there's no other way to put it. We just can't have them lose another. We can't go through that again. I can't go through that again. That's not that flash is meant to be.
Look at that nade. Boy. Follow-up's even better for Patsy, but nade was well placed. Patsy anticipates where the swing's coming. And I think, for once...
Don't say it. Don't. Stop talking. Stop talking.
Hold on. I'll hold my words. This could still get frisky. Still, Patsy's done work. Really played himself into form over these 3 maps. Where does the bomb want to go for Aurora? Yes, they killed the underpass player, but that doesn't really give them any idea where this defense is mounted.
Such a bold call by PARIVISION. Look at this 3A, 3B stack there for a second.
Totally give up mid.
In that direction.
It means that Jerry's playing Firebox.
They can't sit like this forever. Yeah, they need to do this. They need to make an information play. But it's good. All of Aurora's peeled off from B. Notaneki's telling his teammates, guys, there's nobody here. There's nobody here. Go and help Jerry. Lend a hand.
Oh, they're not going to expect the player underpass either, are they? They're setting up for a window take. This could be really interesting. Oh, he's gone all the way to top mid. He's going all the way to top mid.
Oh, he's leaving back now.
Too late, though. Too late, though. Window of opportunity's been missed. And actually, I think he's going back to B. Their way, the catwalk's been left open. Look at this. It's actually drawing Kickard over as well. This is a misread. This is a blunder. Even Artfrost has snapped off. They're leaving Jerry alone once again. Oh, and Jerry now has been shacked. They know he's here. He's down. And all of his teammates have left at the wrong moment. The bomb's going down. PARIVISION, it started so well. But they doubt themselves. They doubt their read. They doubt their hold. And now, they'll have to doubt everything.
I can't believe it.
Force spy. Alan.
I cannot believe it.
How?
They had everything.
They had 3 players on the right side with the flank and a man advantage. Why do they leave? Oh, no.
I just can't. I can't do this anymore.
They took the timeout. They did everything right.
It was all so good until it wasn't, and then Notaneki peaks for one more. The money is toast.
That would have been pretty much map.
No, well, yeah.
Well, it would have been a great position. Oh, I can't believe it. It was going so well. They'd made so many good moves. Have some conviction. Like, even if Aurora went B, you got to play it in apartments. They can't play an afterplan. Oh, my lord. PARIVISION are going to have the demo review from hell tomorrow when they rewatch these rounds.
How to not lose second round forces.
Listen, in some of the other, ones we had in the series, Aurora, they hit some massive shots. They played some great rounds. Not that time. No. Not that time. Kicker, though, is doing his best. He's putting up the wall of China to try and stop Aurora breaking through.
And he's not even in Chengdu.
No.
I've seen more panda pics on my timeline than a long time.
I've been to that panda reserve,
I haven't. Jealous. Did you steal a panda?
Fortunately, didn't fit in my carry-on.
That's a missed opportunity. That's a really bad missed opportunity. Back turned. Just didn't believe his eyes. Took him a second. Big kill, though. Okay, hold on. Here we go. It's just Echo. It's just Echo.
I should laugh as you say it. This guy can make some magic happen.
He certainly can. He's picked the right site, too. He knows where the isolated player is. He slipped past the scout. Notaneki going to have his hands full. Well, there's the footsteps, though. Notaneki knows what's happening. There's just not enough time here. Has to clear it out. Notaneki, nifty maneuver with the 5-7. You know what's even better than surviving the force buy? Winning one of your own.
It's not over yet. We're going to go back again.
Force. They're not? No, they are. All right, here we go. Let's get weird. Lucky actually keeps money, which is interesting. No, okay, he's committed just very late. Couple underpass play. Look at how different this philosophy is between PARIVISION and Aurora, right? Aurora were brawling for mid every damn round. PARIVISION are like, you can have it. We'll play sites. You can have it.
They might have learned their lesson in the first, what was 2 rounds ago? Much more passive stance. Aurora clearly geared for an A split. And they're going to go. They're going to go. They've seen the smoke. Trying to find a timing, but Patsy's in behind. Patsy doesn't get a kill. Oh, my lord. I can't believe it. How is this working?
How is it working indeed? How is it working indeed? Lackey's slowing them down. Lackey's finding the style of tactics. Now he knows where both players are coming from. They can play it with full confidence here. Nade would be nice, and it will be. The kill even better, and Deco won't miss. Pressure on, but they thrive under the pressure. And we've got another force buy win.
I can't believe it.
And forth we go. Where it stops, I sure don't know.
I wish we were on board there with Patsy. He was bottom stairs, and players came through the stairs smoke. Sorry, the top connector smoke. Just as it was blooming. That was absolute madness, and Patsy got to be kicking himself. Maybe he was flashed up, but I don't think he was. Check out the call from PARIVISION. Full A stack. Jerry gets a kill whilst in a Molotov. And Aurora's going to commit into the stack. What is happening?
How is Jerry alive? How is Jerry alive? How do they still have the numbers? Now
and
they're
he's
gonna
got
have
into
control.
Palace.
He's got a gun? He's sticking out on the balcony, but he's got a gun. Ooh, a couple kills come back the other way, but they've got information. What can Jerry do? Okay. He's going to get checked. Order is going to be restored. Surely Aurora cannot now lose this one. They need to pop the smoke just to make absolutely sure there's no one else hiding. No unpleasant surprises. But eventually they are going to have to just plant. Here comes the commit. Being held. Nice, cool, calm, collected. They don't let the chaos of the early round upset them. And we are finally out of the Force by Wars.
Maybe. They still went into an A stack. I don't know, man. I really think on that round, PARIVISION got flustered and just took way too many duels after getting... They got some pretty good early engagements. Maybe Jerry didn't know it, but Jerry had an AK and he had Palace. Perhaps he thought another player could be in there, I'm not sure. Well, Aurora refused to die on Mirage. And finally an eco round. What a rarity these have been. Norvy's going to call the troops over soon. He hasn't seen anything. Over towards B.
Nice shooting from Kenzie on the edge of the smoke. I always do enjoy seeing the intelligent play of the smoke dissipate mechanic. You know, you get a hint of a pixel, you shoot through to actually locate the player. Finish them off. Such a nice detail in CS2.
Nice
barbecue time!
Ooh. I just like that Mirage mid is no longer a chain connector smokes one way over the top.
True.
There's much more of a dynamic now of... Yeah, that smoke is still good. It still blocks off connect, so you can still, you know, get some good duels if you've got flashes over the top, but it's no longer a... You know, a game or a sport doesn't work when there's only one good option. And that's what the connector smoke used to be. It was just, by far and away, the best smoke in the game. Of course, you're going to throw it 4 times every round. So yeah, I've enjoyed that change. Life back to Mirage. Some of these changes.
Molly smoke exchange here in mid. Lot of utility getting thrown to give Lackey space, but it is just Lackey moving behind it. No Kenzie coming to join him. Actually, they'll fully hold on to this. You know, you're saying the one way is not there anymore, but there's also just a periodic rhythmic tapping into that spot, just in case. In case it still exists, in case there's something they haven't been informed about. Call it muscle memory. Ball's moving towards A. Here they go. Up connector. It's a pretty passive hold from Patsy. Let's see if he can get something done. If not, this might just be over before it begins. But now there is a catwalk flank, so there's something cooking here. That's the bomb drop. They've gone a little slow on this. There's no smoke to cover, and now it's a disaster. Kickert has struck. And Patsy, well, he got his one. How do you recover this C4? How do you do it? You still have to deal with Jerry.
Saving is quickly becoming the best option, I think. Norby's going to commit forwards, but nobody from PARIVISION is overfaced, and they're playing D from catwalk, and result. Maybe you should just fall back in ramp. Yeah, this is the right decision. Okay, should have just given that. At least they got money to buy. And another good round from Kicker. That man is earning his keep.
He is indeed, man. He's not... I would imagine that's not how this team is supposed to be constructed, right? This team, you're looking to Patsy, to Art Frost, and not Neki to be the firepower pieces. And Kicker's like, okay, you know what? We're maybe not all there right now. I got you. I got you. Don't worry about it. I got you, boss. I'll make it happen.
The most bizarre thing about this map is Kenzie, Deco, and Result are having great maps. And it's the team that's falling apart. The individuals are hitting. The star players are here. Aurora is just falling apart as a unit. Unfortunately, a lot of the critical rounds, after having won so many times on lower buys as well. Alright. Well, the bomb's primed to hit B soon. Guess a B split. For now, we're just pressuring mid a little bit more. Frost is here. It's a good read.
Look at the flank as well. Look at Jerry. There's a timer on this. Jerry's fast encroaching. They can't bail out. Artfrost has now gotten the first kill, but if they back away, it's Jerry at their flank. Artfrost dealing out death with the big green. Kickert now revealed. Jerry strikes. It's disaster for Aurora. They've been out-aimed. They've been out-gamed. They've been out-positioned. Kenzie, 20 seconds. I mean, this is desperation. It's not happening, Kenzie. And he's quickly realizing that he's going to have to back away. He's going to have to concede. PARIVISION will now have 11 on the board. They are spitting distance away from this win. Alan, to think that this started with a 13-3 beatdown on Overpass.
Yeah, and don't forget the damage this will do to Aurora's chances of getting that Pro League spot. This is serious for them. They really need the Pro League spot. Of course, world ranking might come into play in their favor, but we've seen it over the years. You just want to secure it as early as possible. It's the reason Virtus Pro plays every Challenger event. Just get it on the books. And they're running out of time. Another force buy. Well, who's to say it won't work? So many of them have been converted, but whatever way you cut it, this is a risk. Aurora could exit this map without another full investment as they put all the chips on red and head towards A.
Something to be said for consistency. For playing like you practice. And they're going to go all the way in, and now we see why. They're being rewarded.
What?
Patsy deleted! Woo! That's a check and a half. Thought he could get away with it. It's usually Jerry in that spot. With Jerry dead, he thought maybe he'd go overlooked, but no. No. That's just a round win. Off of a Tech 9 and a Deagle. Off of 2 quick shots. PARIVISION say, we want nothing to do with this. No way. No how. No chance.
It's
That's
a point we need
Aurora
to bring
effect,
up
man. They're
again.
never out.
Yeah, the Aurora ability to stay in games by virtue of their ability to win on lower buys and do economic damage. If they just cleaned up their act a little bit, this game wouldn't have been close. But, wow, they just refused to die. That kill from Result. That was filth. Filth. Takes Jerry out of the server. Oh, sorry, it's Patsy, actually. It was Firebox. But what on earth happens now? PARIVISION does some money to invest, but how do you process what is happening in this game? I can't process what's happening in this game.
They should be fine for this one. I actually don't even know why not Necky's going towards the SMG. Artfrost can definitely buy him, but they're opting to keep more money on Artfrost in case they need a future op, I guess. But this one feels do or die. You had them down. You had them out. But as we know with Aurora, all they need is one Deagle. And they can get back into any game. Now they got a whole lot more than that. Patsy has gotten his bell rung. Timing on the aggressive underpass play not working out. Kicker down. It's falling apart. It's coming off the rails here. And look at this. The gamble stack has already been called for PARIVISION. They're either going to defend B or they're not going to defend at all.
It's the right decision. Artfrost has money to drop. Kicker will have some cash in the bank too. It's a good buy in the next round. If the bomb ends A.
It's going to end A. They're waiting for the
Surely
smoke to
will.
clear. They're flashing their way
Result
through.
hasn't heard anything. Yeah, this will be 11 for Aurora. They've actually got quite a lot of money in the bank too. So they'll be buying whatever happens in the round to come. PARIVISION have to commit to the save. And this roller coaster of a map takes another turn.
Do Aurora hunt at this point is my question.
Patsy struggled so much in this series. I don't know if it's just this series, but he's really struggled to make aggressive plays work on his terms.
If you look at the half split as well, he was 10-10, I believe, coming off of the first half. It has been dire.
They give it,
since
but
then.
as much as I don't want to criticize a player that hasn't been in a team for that long, he's given the star player positions on every map. He is on location to be the star player of this team. And unfortunately, if he isn't putting up the numbers, if he isn't providing resistance, if he isn't disrupting defaults, he's not making best use of that position. We know he's capable of more, and he's running out of time to show it on the CD side of Mirage. Another pause. Another discussion. I love how
This is...
Not an Eki keeps playing on MP9s when Artfrost has money for a real gun to give to him.
Yeah, at this point, it's absurd. What are you playing specifically for overtime here? Give him a gun. Give him a gun, please. I know he's the new guy, but he was your best player last map. Let the kid shoot. Good to know as well, this is only the second timeout of the map. The last one was taken after they won the pistol round to try and avoid a force buy. Didn't succeed there.
Right, we're
So
going the distance.
What are they cooking up this time?
I don't know, man. Every expectation I have for this series has been demolished. Eviscerated. Okay. Right. What is the call? Close ramp for PARIVISION. Gonna get aggressive. Artfrost is holding. Jerry and Patsy decide to peek. They clear and they say, we see nothing. Very slow default from Aurora. Lackey's out top boxes. And they're not going to slow down on ramp. Check this out. They're going to keep going. This is so early in the round. So early from Jerry. He could really disrupt them before they're even hitting a sight.
Does he clear Palace or does he clear mid is the question. Because the problem is if they just go into A, it's only Patsy. And as we've discussed at length at this point, only Patsy is not necessarily a recipe for success. But they're feinting B, and so Jerry's getting drawn into it. Meanwhile, Patsy eliminated, exterminated, dropped on down, and now... Oh, it's a disaster. Jerry's still clearing out apps, thinking there might be somebody here in the smokes, and in the meantime, the bomb's going to be planted. There's no positioning. They have to save this. Map point slips through their fingers, and think about how many of these last 5 or 6 rounds they've just not been in any position to retake.
We had that round in the first half where Jerry was flanking and they made a bizarre call to stack B. This actually was different. I mean, it looks similar on paper, but Aurora is their fake, isn't it? That pushes PARIVISION in the wrong direction. They need these guns so bad. So bad. Oh, Lackey. Puts a nail into their chances. Not an Eki. Trades up his MP9 ultimately onto an AWP. That is nice. But this buy is not going to be perfect. They will be lacking in areas for sure.
Please don't force not Nike to play on an MP9. Oh.
What does a man need to do?
All right. Apparently they brought him in to play the Sanji role here. Let him cook. There will be no cooking today. I mean, it is positioner. Like, it's easier to play with the MP9 in and around the apartments. I can understand that, but let's see. Let's see if Patsy can finally justify all of the priority he's been given, all of the guns he's been dropped, all of the positioning. He's got the bomb painted into a corner. This could be the round. This could be the round right here and now. They got a 5v3. If they kill Deco, it's over. Smoke goes down to provide him some cover. Patsy's going to continue to try and press that gap. Norvy's dead in the meantime. Deco's just stuck here. Smoke was a feint, was a fake. Does Patsy have the presence of mind to clear this regardless? Oh, falling away, trying to back off. He'll lose his life, and now they're in trouble once more. Jerry's in Palace, but they should be aware it's a possibility. Especially since he's gotten a kill, and in the meantime, he's losing allies. He's losing comrades. Is anyone watching here for Jerry? He's just made a footstep, so they certainly are now. If they weren't already, the need to chase, he's got to back away. Bomb's making its way into a plant. Not Neck, he's figuring out his routing, and now he's going to be alone. The bomb's going to go down. It's only a matter of time. They don't know where he's playing from, though. They know this is the B anchor. They may not expect he's routed all the way through ramp. This is not something Not Neck he's done yet. He will approach, though. Time's starting to tick away. He's got a kit. He's got the salvaged AK. We've seen him have some star moments before. Got a lot of work to do now. 18 to firebox, and he's got a kill. But how could he know? He doesn't want to give his position away. There's the footsteps. Now they know. Now they swing. Now they kill. And Aurora have done it. Battling back from a deficit. Fighting tooth and nail every step of the way on Mirage. They have made it happen. They have won this series. It was far from easy. Far from the comfortable game it looked like it would be on Overpass. But they emerge victorious. And they move into the upper bracket.
That was just brutality. Start to finish, I mean. What a contrast from Overpass to the next two maps of this series. Overpass was a clinic, it was composed, it was everyone on the same page from Aurora, and then on Nuke and Mirage. What on earth was going on? That was crazy. I guess credit to Kenzie, had a good map. Result had a great series. Deco as well. So I think individually the Stars maybe did save Aurora there in the end.
Sure.
I think as a team they were falling apart for a lot of that Mirage. Wow, what a series! And I think if you're PARIVISION, it actually when they lose the first map and they just get blasted, it's hard to point just at the force buys and whatever and say that was the downfall. But in that third map, they left a lot on the table against lower buys, and they would have won this series had they been a little bit cleaner.
Yeah, they would have indeed. They would have indeed. I don't want to look at that one for too long. Again, disappearing in the second half. We were praising him in the first. He was a difference maker. He was, and even then, it was just him being like, I think like even on the KD, but disappeared in the second. Disappeared on the defense, and that was a repeated issue for them. Could not hold on to his space. Could not hold on to his positions across all three maps. Did nothing on Overpass. Was, even when they were winning, struggling outside on Nuke, and really did not justify it at all in Mirage either. That's massively concerning. You can't, I mean, this is one match in isolation, but it's the kind of thing that if it becomes a trend is very tough for a team to deal with. Very tough for them to live with. But credit on to Aurora, because he was incredible. Aurora, they were incredible in the tense moments when they got back up against it. They knew where to press. They knew where to pressure. They knew how to bring it through with the force buys, Alan. And yeah, it's a good showing.
I'm not sure good is the word.
Just get Patsy.
I don't know.
Let's just get Patsy off this.
Happened.
Let's just get Patsy's stats out of here. Player to watch. Just for everyone's information, we have to pick the player to watch before the series starts. We did not, in fact, just pick that to bully him. Just didn't work out. Didn't work out very well.
And even though he didn't play a great series, but I don't think you point at any individual PARIVISION and say that was the problem. I think they're just a bit of a mess at the moment from the CS I've seen today. I mean, maybe it's a roster move going on, something like this, but Jerry and I'm guessing Kicker too, they've got some work to do to get this team together. They've got good pieces, but as of here and now and in this second, It is a bit funky.
It is a bit funky indeed. But you know what else is funky? Is the end of this broadcast, because it has come to an end here, Alan. We've gone the distance. We've checked on out. We've got PARIVISION unfortunately going down to the lower bracket, but very encouraging victory for Aurora, as they will find their spot in the upper. And we'll say goodbye for now. NA comes tonight. I think SA starts right about now. There's more ECL action going, so stick around, watch another region, have some more fun. We'll see you next time. Goodbye, folks.